Your love's like a battery charging my heart right now. And oh, you left all the things you had, but not just found. And I know you had to go, but left me not to know. Like a snake's tongue is stung, but I had to show.
It doesn't sound right, does it?
No.
Do you know what I mean? When you follow a script, especially with someone like Dean Morris, he's boring anyway, isn't he?
I've known Dean for years. Right, I've had run-ins with him. But to be fair, when I signed for Ponty, and they were playing Cardiff City, we had rivalry with Bryn Tillion. But he was when I went up and watched, because Ryan Nichols contacted me.
Yeah.
He was the first one to come over me when your name's Richard Jago, and play for Bryn Tillion, become instant mates.
Yeah, yeah.
And he used to like me, to be fair.
Yeah.
But then I've also seen the other side that he'd stab you in the fucking back.
Yeah, I mean, I describe Dean as a ruthless winner.
Yeah.
So, you know, he would... I never thought I'd get on with Dean, but I really do.
Did you?
And for, like, the moment I met him, I liked him.
Yeah. There's a couple of ways with Dean Morris.
Well, I managed against him as well. You know, and as much as we were mates and on the phone every week and stuff
you
like
spoke
that,
to him before the game.
he was still ringing Christian Doige every week trying to sign him off me.
Yeah.
But that's the game though, innit? And I think if you get upset about that, you probably shouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
Who were we talking to? And I said, was it Screeny when I said, look, I think morals in Welsh football are long gone.
There's a couple of them. Willow was on that line as well, with people who were just like...
Which Willow's I know?
Liam Williams. Willow at the Drax.
Yeah, I keep thinking of David Williams.
Yes,
David Williams.
Yeah, but yeah.
Because him and Bibby, I played with Bibby with Treforest, him and Bibby, they were good boys.
Yeah.
They were good boys,
absolutely.
to be fair. But yeah, everyone says Willow. I didn't know him.
Yeah,
Liam.
Yeah, it does depend what era you're from, because Willow to me, before, probably a generation before, was again at Taftwell. He was a player who played for Taftwell when Nicky Tucker was manager. Yeah.
But yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad, everyone knows.
So, how old now?
47 and 48 next month.
You're putting fucking shame to me, you are. Well, you 48 next month?
48 for 22nd of November.
So we're the same age. So how the fuck did I never encounter you in kids' football? Where'd you start off?
St Patrick's under Gil Rees, like I said, and then it went on to Mark Jones at Grange Albion. So
I'm amazed how we never, because we are, because I'm how old am I? I'm sure I'm 47.
You're 47 this year.
So what
oh no, I'm a year younger then.
So what team?
The cameras do lie. I'm younger than him. No, I must have been a year below then.
Yeah, you're 47 this year.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get to our age, and you just forget. Am I 47
47
now, or am I 47 in 2 weeks?
Fucking hell.
We haven't got a brain of a 47.
You're fucking 43 this year.
Too many linebackers.
We had one. Yeah.
So, Mark Jones at that age?
I was with Mark Jones. I would have been about 12, I think, and he was always involved with Grange Albion, Mark Jones.
Absolutely.
But then he went on then, didn't he, to manage Mike Steg and Welsh Prem. But I got on really well with Mark Jones. He got on well with my dad. Used to play me left back. But left back. He used to call me Tony Dorigo because I was just quick. I wasn't great. I wasn't technically, good then. I was just quick. But I like Mark Jones. He's a character. And even now, if I bump into him, it's like anyone, innit? You have a good catch-up. He's involved with the Welsh vets himself, and he...
I think Jones is like that with everyone, isn't he?
Yeah, he knows. He's
the most connected man in Welsh football.
Well, you think he went and my steg, he took for years. Cardiff boys were going up there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. In the long term, I'm not sure that was the greatest thing for the club in the long term.
No, they never had no one would watch them. There was no local.
Aberdeen was like it, wasn't it, for a bit.
Yeah.
Where it was, all the locals would play for Lloyd and Penrith.
And they were getting a bad name then, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's the price of success, because he was a hell of a side when Jones was there, wasn't he?
He done well. I can't remember how it ended there, but I know. Was it Port Talbot? Did he go to Port Talbot then?
Port Talbot a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carmarthen.
Carmarthen, yeah, because that's when
Won the
I'm
World Cup
good
at
mates with
Carmarthen.
Nathan Cottrell, he took
Yeah.
Cottrell up there.
Well, not many people have an under-12s manager that good. So,
Yeah, he must have been
from him in that sense. Like,
Jonah, I wouldn't really remember as far back as that, being a kid. You know, he was just like some of the managers are today, you know. I suppose he was like good talk, you know, get you fired up for games, a motivator. You know, we're all kids, and we that age, you don't really do the tactical and things like that.
good.
Yeah.
Mate, I was saying...
Gil Rees at St Patrick's was a little bit different.
Yeah.
He was young. We were younger when I started out with St Patrick's, but
Yeah.
Gil Rees he was a pro, wasn't he, for Sheffield.
Do you remember the warm-ups? So anyone younger than us their minds will be blown by this. Even people of your age or slightly younger. Do you remember the warm-ups when we were kids? Basically, there'd be one or two footballs, wouldn't there? Everyone would stand in the middle of the goal, and then one or two people would just stand out wide and just cross it in, and we'd all just try and score off the cross. Yeah. And sometimes it'd be a dad that fancied himself as a player, just crossing it in, and we'd be in the middle, just trying to head it into the goal.
Oh, there's no warm-ups back then.
None at all.
No, you might run across the pitch.
I laugh.
Forward and back, and
that. I laugh at them.
The only team that used to do that were Castell that played up on the top by the leisure centre. That was Craig Bellamy's team. And they used to run back and forth across the pitch, just jog, heels up, basic stuff, little stretch and all that. And we used to look at them and go, wow, they're so professional. because they used to run across the pitch a couple of times. And we'd all just stood in the middle of the goal.
Yeah, I think back then, kids, it's different now. It's probably totally different now. Yeah. But back then, yeah, it was just get together. Like you said, a couple of balls, just kick it, shoot at the keeper. The keeper's just getting a workout. But yeah.
Mate, the goalie be sweating by the end of the warm-up, but everyone else hasn't moved.
I think the same was gone. That was the same with Parks football, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You want to see his warm-ups now? You could land a fucking aeroplane. The amount of cones that are down the pitch.
It's too much. It's too much.
The game I was at yesterday, right? I walked out onto the pitch and I looked around and I thought, fucking hell, 20 odd years I've been doing this. That's the most cones I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Mine's basic though. It's a couple of shuttles where they do a couple of different drills, and then there's a bit in a zone where they do two, 3 touch at the end. While I do the keeper. There is a lot of cones, but that's just the area that I use.
It's commitment, though.
I used to say I'm right, mate, because we were 3-1 down half time, so maybe the other team were right with all the cones.
Saying there with the kids stuff where it used to just be you just turn up and have a laugh. I said to you the other day, didn't I? I went down Tralee to watch before my game last week, and there was an under-14s game with a fucking VO. And I'm stood there literally sending messages to people going, fuck my life. Under-14s football, and there's a VO. My kids turned up going, can we have a VO? I was like, no, you can't.
It's too much.
Do you know why they want it, though?
Yeah, because they want to go back when they score, when they score, or even, gone on a mazy run, or anything, and go, oh, look back at it. I suppose it's good when you're older, if you've got that, haven't you? Like, to look back when you're a kid.
I think it's that, because we had, for a couple of years, when Lanrumney were playing down at the rugby club, we had Chris Galton's wife video in every game.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's
nice.
Yeah,
you could do highlights and have a goal of the season competition and stuff like that.
I used to use that coaching wise. Talked about it with Galtz. If he conceded a goal, and it wasn't very often,
and
he'd send it to me. We'd look at it together, but half the time he'd send it to me and he'd go, "I've taken off on the wrong foot there," or I should have gone top hand and I've gone bottom hand. But it's good for that, where you've got a goalkeeper, we're talking about off camera, a goalkeeper who's that critical of themselves. Like, they're fuming, they've conceded one goal, and it's like, I should have done that, Other keepers, you try and go, you're too slow off your line. No, bruv. It's like, don't even start me.
Well, they're more doing it now, though, when they're filming it. Look, like Ely Rangers, not Ely Rangers, sorry, Ely Legion, the 40s now.
Oh, yeah.
They do it, don't they? I don't know, I'm sure they got a tick. Like, I go and watch the lads.
No, I got time for them, right? Because they put their socials on there.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, the Amy Winehouse tribute last night.
Like the Legion. Yeah, brilliant. They're brilliant, right? So Mark Williams, who's like Pewee plays for him.
I saw a video where they're in the dressing room the other day and they had to get
a K with a K. Yeah, brilliant. Mancy plays for him. Yeah, so it's brilliant, right? The banter. We went to Liverpool last year on tour. 50 of us on a bus, on a coach, on a whip. But the social side is probably the best part of it. Don't get me wrong, the boys will say this themselves. They're not the best on the pitch. You get beat, they go...
So their social media reflects that. They kind of take the piss out of themselves, don't they?
So
it's one of the few
the
accounts
piss
we follow on TikTok.
They do, like, you know, man of the match, piss pig, you know, stand up on a chair, like your kids again, neck your back. And then one of the boys, Barney, he goes around with a Snapchat with the faces. Have you seen it? So you might even be in the pub, you're not even thinking he's talking to you. And next thing you know, you see it on social media and you got your big...
you look like a dog.
Well, he interviewed me back last year after one of the games, and it was me and I can't think who it was, one of the lads, and he just done the funny face on us. And I looked back, and he put it on Facebook. I was laughing my tits off. It was brilliant.
That's what you want, though, mate.
That's what you want. Banter. That age, shall I say?
Oh, mate, 100%.
I think they get carried away. It's too serious. Over 40s football, over 45s football.
Yeah, it can be.
I think it's just about, if you still can play, you go out and play and enjoy it, don't you?
Do you think part of the reason it's so serious, though, is that the Wales Vets is such a big thing? It's just because, like, there's if you're a certain type of personality, you'll be thinking, oh, I'd love to get in that. So people take it seriously, don't they?
Yeah. It's got more. It has got serious now, because, like, you look at the players now playing Welsh Vets football, like, you know, Trundle,
some serious
Leon
players,
Britton, Rangel.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and they're battering some of the sides. It's a bit. I feel like it's a bit.
I don't really
get that.
I don't get what they get out of that. No. I get that, you know, like Lee Trundle, apparently, from what everyone tells us, he just loves football. So I get it. So, you know, you just want to play every opportunity, because the day's going to come where you can't. I understand that. You just wonder, what are
how
they...
deflating it is for teams when they come up against 4 or 5 professionals. Like, you know, and Llanelli have always been decent with Kevin Richards and the other players they got up there. Like, I played against them with Barry 45s and we had some right battles. You know, and you know, Barry had some good players themselves, like, you know, Shirley, Summers.
Yeah, exactly.
But like some of these, like, they have now split now, haven't they? The Vets football, they're making it a bit more fair, shall I say?
Well, I was there when I looked a few years ago. It might have been around COVID times. I don't know, can't remember. But there was like, I looked at it myself because I was a lot lighter back then, a lot fitter. I'd been doing marathon training around the time of COVID. And I looked into it and looking at, like, Plummer, actually, who's now Llanrumney's manager, started a Vets team up at Church Village, or something like that. Mate, they were in a league with all that lot. So, like, Church Village would have been playing against, like, Trundle, Chris Summers, all the... I was thinking, and all that fit.
Well, you could Penturk. Look, have you seen Penturk in the Vets football?
Yeah.
No, I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
Not being thingy, but they're always bottom.
Yeah.
You know, but
it's obviously a social crack.
It's a social crack for them because they're not quitting, like, they're not, like, folding.
But they would also enjoy it more if they won once every 4 games. Yeah. Wouldn't they?
They're getting battered by. Well, I've noticed they have got a bit more competitive. In the last few games, they're not getting hammered. But then, last year, the year before, they're getting hammered by Ferndale, by Barry, by Llanelli, by Britton Ferry. That's not enjoyable.
No, you just
And then you can go and sign for them. I think they'd take anyone in, you know.
Yeah. Fucking hell. It's a bit harsh, Jake.
No, I think well, you may as well get right back in goals for
Don't start taking the fucking piss because he's coming down the fucking line to you.
He bites. You know, mate. He bites.
He says I bite. He's the one who bites.
Both of you are nibblers.
I don't think I ever bet, to be fair.
Fuck off. We're coming to that.
I got 14 pages on it.
Come on, let's roll them out there.
Right, listen, we're talking about Vets. Go back to
normal,
kids then, so 16, 17. Like, where'd you start to, you know, that transition from kids football into adult football? Because I first became aware of you at Ely Rangers. Long time ago. I actually interviewed for Ely Rangers' job when John finished.
Did you?
I was young.
Johnny Bolton.
I was young. I was obviously managing youth football and stuff like that. But yeah, when John Bolton finished, I interviewed then, and obviously didn't get in, probably rightly so, for my age looking back. But like, that was when I was first aware of you, because I was watching Ely a lot at the time. But also before that, your civil service youth team had gone there as the reserves. So this is the team Qaid Mohammed was in, Remember Christian Roach played for and those guys for a season or two. So that was the first time I came across you. So you couldn't have been. You could have been more than about 22,
19.
21
I think I broke into the first. I had a season with the thirds, and they just chucked me after scoring goals. You know, they just chucked me straight in the first. It was a night match. Come off a bench, scored like 4 goals, and then I stayed with the first team with Johnny Bolton, who was like bonkers, right?
I was going to ask you about him. What was he? To opposing coaches and managers, you're just thinking like, he's not right.
He's bonkers. He's not all there. He still goes down and watches the vets football talks on the side. Like, lovely guy. Not like all these badges and all that. It was all about run. You've got to be the fittest, and that's what got Ely Rangers from being in the amateur league to the first division of Welsh. It was just purely no money.
Yeah. That's right,
there was no money then.
Yeah. They made that clear to me when John finished, actually. They were like, look, don't know if you think any different, that we...
Did you meet Graham Clark, the chairman there?
Yeah, a few times. I liked it.
He lovely guy, Graham.
Real nice guy.
He would look after you, like... there was no money involved, but like if you got injured, you know, he'd get to the DTR clinic with Steve Cannon, and he'd pay for stuff like that. But John's motivation as a manager was just... People want to play for him. People wanted to play for the Ely Rangers.
Why is that, though?
I don't know. It's just he wouldn't like they weren't like players in and out, and it was the same group.
It felt that way,
and it was like
it felt like a community.
Yeah, it was. And you had your regulars come and watch. He always kept the you know, the main core of the side. He might bring in 1 or 2 new faces. 2 faces he brought in from outside of Ely was, I don't know if you, Terry Monkley and Rod. I can't remember his surname, Rod. Bit of a nutter from Lanheading. They come over. They were the only 2, like I would say, were from Ely. But we just went on and to get to the first division. Like he was speaking to me the other day, and he said, up to Christmas, the 1 year when we were in the first division, we were top of the league with Neath.
I do remember.
When Neath had all
and Neath ended up on 90 points or something, didn't it? Something crazy like
and we had a bad patch and ended up 5th.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for that, though, of having the community, the tight-knit group together. We had it with Lanrunny, didn't we? When you have that group, the main part of that is all the same. Not too many outside. Because then on the flip side, like when we went to Porth, when we had to bring people in, the community, we got rejected from it because of the fact that people know they're not from Porth.
Yeah.
Well, we know, but anyone who's decent around here is at Cambrian. And Tom Penshaw was still Division 1 at the time and and paying some money.
They've gone on now, Cambrian.
If someone fancied an easy ride, Trebanog were coming through the leagues. You know, Parks football, but they were winning every week and all that. So it was a nightmare, that. But, so... John, what was he like in terms of? So imagine you're 2-0 down half time. What's he like then?
He's just I won't even like. It's hard to explain. He's just.
It probably wasn't tactical though.
It wasn't tactical though.
Try harder, run more.
Yeah, and he give you a bollocking. You know, you kick the kit bags. You know. When you haven't performed, you know, when he's walking across that pitch to go to the change rooms and his face is like thunder, you know you're in for that. I was a young kid. I used to shit myself. I won't lie.
So knowing that experience as you do, tell anyone under the age of about 26, this snowflakey lot now, that if you even look at them in the wrong way in the change room at half time when you're 3-0 down, they start crying. Tell them what that's like then. So you've got a manager like John, who, by the way, he's successful as well. So he's not just some knobhead screaming and shouting.
No.
He's a manager that's doing well and has done well. What's that like? Like, did that used to make you go, fucking no, I want to impress?
Yeah. You. I think you were up to your game. Training was just in a barn up in the old Glan Ely school.
I remember.
He used to make us like fierce, like train. You had to train hard. He'd make us. You say, you know, you're not bringing a car. Like, so I didn't drive back then. But he'd say, I want you to run up.
Yeah.
I want you to run up from your house from Kyra up to Glan Ely. And me, Pewey, Dodge, Dave Pugh used to run every say Wednesday night up to there. He was just you just would run through brick walls for him.
Yeah.
and he got everyone. And because there was 2 lads called, I don't know, Spencer Clark and Jason Clark.
Yeah.
So their dad was running the club.
That's it. Yeah.
Johnny Bolton had his 2 sons. Di Bolton was a goalkeeper. Gagsy was a centre half. Yeah. Graham Cummins. It was all like local, but we would all work for each other and battle. We weren't like a footballing side. We just used to dog, and we got results. And that was from him just being in our ear and motivating. Like, you know, it
was a horrible place.
There's an element of
small war.
There's an element of fear with that as well, isn't it?
Yeah. In like that, and you honestly, you didn't get a second.
No, when you had Spencer Clark in the middle running around like a little bulldog.
You know now they talk about like a high press and all that. Your boys were high pressing back.
Yeah, honestly, that's why.
25 years ago, like
you know, he
didn't get a second on the ball.
No, well, I was a centre forward, but I remember games that I'm like, because you do the write-ups and you keep them when you were younger, and you'd see Richard
running.
running the fucking senior when he's in bed like that. No, I have to dig him out somewhere. But yeah, you know, even as a striker, you'd be running back into your own box.
Yeah.
But he had people wanting to play for him.
Yeah.
I've played with other managers that I felt the same.
Yeah.
One of them being Phil Clay.
Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
He was the same.
Yeah.
But then I had other managers that, I don't know, I started to get a bit of a chip on my shoulder, I thought, because some managers just, I didn't think they were.
Do you think like maybe, obviously without naming names, do you think with some of them it was because you went into that team quite young and that's what you saw as a manager and you had success and you're thinking, right, that's what a good manager looks like. When you got someone that's maybe a little bit more sort of arm around the shoulder and a bit softer on you, just like, do you think you could, like wrongly probably, but do you think you could perceive that as a bit of weakness sometimes? Probably not now.
I didn't mind the odd one who would put their arm around you. I done it with a couple of the younger lads when I got older. But I don't know, I just felt like some of the managers I played under, do I say their names? But like they had the budget, you know, and then they bring in player after player and then you're pushed to one side because he's bringing a player on more money and he ain't no disrespect, there was players who weren't better than me. But when it was Ely Rangers,
with no money and
money, you were just playing for each other. And you wanted to win. And when you start winning, which we were doing, and then like to win the playoff against the favourites at the time, kind of Ely, again to the 3rd division of Welsh League. I think we were there. I think John spoke to me the other day. So we were there for 2 seasons. Got up with Garu, remember Garu? Then we got up with like Garden Village, and we went up to the, and that was just like,
You probably find with that as well that there's people who, the Ely Rangers thing, you've all got a standard that you've got to be. So if someone's not at that standard of fitness or John's demands, you probably would call out the one who's not coming to that standard. Once you've got people coming in on money and different things, there's that element there where they could be like, fuck off, I earn £80 a game or whatever type attitude.
I think it was
and they wouldn't get pulled up to that level to make sure that, and then you've got people probably doing more than they should to compensate for the ones who are not, because they're getting a bit of money.
I think the closest group of lads I ever worked with to what you're describing is probably the lads we had at Cumberland Celtic when I was manager there. Mostly local lads. Most of them had come through the academy with Della Chidi, and they would just, we had 16, 17 in the squad, and 15, 16 of them would go out on a Saturday night together. They didn't invite
there was a bond together,
Prangley didn't get invited.
Oh, Prangley, Simon Prangley.
But they invite all the others.
Who invited him? If he sees this. To be fair, I got on well with Simon. I got on well with Prangley, but you go on about me with clubs, how many clubs have he had?
Well,
he's had more than you.
Who were we talking to?
Treble.
We were saying, we were talking with Willow, because obviously I always qualify this, I did the same when we were talking to Willow about him, is I really rated him as a footballer.
Good football, gifted.
I'm not so sure I loved him dropping back into midfield, spraying balls, because he can spray balls, I'm not saying, but I thought he was a real threat. I thought his movement was great up front of that. And but me and him just clashed massively. But I always qualify it by saying I really rated him. I thought he was decent.
Oh, he was quality. When I signed with Chepstow,
we were trying to work it out, and we were saying like because he was so good, he came into Welsh League football at about 16, 17, and he's now, I don't know, 35, call it. We reckon he's had 30 odd transfers.
He's over the bridge now, isn't he?
I don't actually know. Don't know where he is.
I'm sure he's over the bridge. I see every on Facebook looking for a club, and next thing you know, he's over with like.
He did get fucking shafted, mine, didn't he, over the summer?
It does sound
from
like
what you've
that
read
a little
between the
bit.
lines, he got fucking shafted.
It does sound like
what, from a club?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd gone to a new club, and then he seemed pretty happy from what he was sort of putting out there, and then maybe 3-4 weeks later, the manager's just texted him.
Saying going in a different
direction team-wise.
Fucking nonsense.
Texting, that's a bit shit, isn't it? Like, texting.
I know. You're saying that with managers, though, mate. Is there one you think is... Who's the best one? And I know it's hard to quantify that, because there's some managers you'll think, tactically, he's bang on the money.
There was a few.
And there's other ones, like you're saying there with John, whereby motivationally, he's the best.
Yeah.
Is there one that you... Like, I talked about on mine, that from all the football I played and everything else, the best one for me, and we talked about, was Chris Williamson. And that's a guy who, on a Sunday, we played for.
Yeah.
I went to school with his daughter.
This was just our Sunday league manager.
But
like,
a guy...
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
If Chris had wanted to, Chris could have managed at any level. He'd been a pro at Fulham when he was young and stuff like that. So look, he knew the game.
Yeah.
But he was all about just managing the people. He'd sign good players, and then he'd just say, right, you're a good player, so I'm just going to manage you, the person now. He was amazing, like. Amazing.
I said I played for real tactical people, but for me it's like that, because it was just made so simple for me to understand the game.
I said earlier, I've played under loads, like, you know, from Ryan Nichols to Alan Davis, who he was with Man City supposedly, and then Di Morgan, and like he's a bit of both.
Surely Di Morgan's a bit of John Bolton, isn't he?
Yeah, but he also had a bit more to him. I thought he was a better talker. He was a better talker than John.
Right.
Like more professional. Like John wouldn't be afraid to call you something under the sun, you know.
Well, Di would.
Mate, Di would as well.
I didn't find... he was a bit different, Di, I thought.
I got the sense from Di, because I wasn't there when you two were working together at Aberaman, as they were called then. I sensed this sort of love-hate between the two of you. Whenever I talked to Di, he had this admiration for you, but I got the sense that you might have fallen out once or twice as players or whatever. Is that accurate?
I don't know. Kind of looking back, I know
because he always spoke highly of what you sort of did on the pitch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There was always just this little. I kept expecting him to go, but fucking hell, he did my head in that time. But he never said it. Do you know what I mean?
I've like the first year when he signed me from Ponty and then scored goals and we got promoted, and then he changed it a bit. Then the following year, like I said, when he chucked me wing back, and it went well for a bit, like the rest of the season. Yeah. But then when we went into the following year, and then like I said, then he brought Anthony Jenkins. I think that's when me and him maybe didn't see. Like I was probably sulking. I probably like why didn't I picked? And then I put in a performance, but he would still overlook me for others. And the problem with Aberaman then, they were progressing so much with the players that were coming in, because it went from a tidy budget, we were on good money, then it went a bit more, and I had a bit of an increase, and then you've seen other players coming. I played with Kurt Nogan, you know, Summers come, I'm sure Dino come as well, and I just felt like he was getting overtaken. Summers, and maybe...
So Summers and Nogan, and so Summers and Dean Morris would have signed in Nogan's last season.
Yeah.
And then the following year, Matty Davis, bless him, joined us, because that's when I went there.
Is it?
So Dan Hooper joined, Danny Street joined, Mikey Jones joined, and then later on we had 2 or 3 other signings come in that were big. That was the league winning season, that one.
There was some class players, like I got on well with 2 players back then, and they moved on before me, and they were good boys. Matthew Driscoll, who's now manager. Yeah,
over the bridge.
And Atif. Remember Atif?
Yeah,
last year? They were characters, right? Yeah. There was stuff going on in the change room when Di would talk, and they would look at me and, like, you know, try and wind me up. And But when Di talked, you just wanted to
keep me hoist.
Look at Di, and they're pulling funny faces.
Again, I know you haven't seen Di's episode because you haven't found it on the channel, but it's for someone who played for him, it's well worth listening to. And the reason I say that is like Di's when you understand Di's mind as a businessman, like he's got a very strategic mind with most things he does in his life. So now he's running a pub in Raglan, right? Pub restaurants alongside his job, of course he is, you know.
Has he got his little sidekick with him he used to always have? Gilo?
No.
Remember Gilo?
No, he hasn't. No.
Gilo used to go everywhere with Gilo.
Well, I said to him, it used to be Gilo and him in, what's it called? Park Plaza.
Yeah.
2-3 nights a week.
Yeah.
And he'd be alongside Di, waiting for Di to get his credit card out. Yeah. If you wanted a night out, Di would probably be in there, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But no, he's running a pub alongside his job now that he's doing. But he said, I'm going to do it for 3 years and that's it, and I'm just going to step away. Very strategic thinker. So I bet he would have been thinking, right, what do I need to get me from Division 2 to competing in Division 1? And then he would have already been thinking, right, you know, the Atifs of this world, for example. Atif was a good first division centre-back.
Yeah.
He's not going to win you the league. No. So he's probably thinking, as good as he is and as well as he's done for me, he ain't winning me the league. So, we'll move him on, we'll get someone else.
It was, honestly, it did. It was. You know, even Driscoll, you know, he was playing first division for Avonlido and clubs like that, and Merthyr. Yeah. He came down, he struggled at times again the side. He was on the bench, and I'm looking over and I'm playing, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, Driscoll's on the bench, so-and-so's on the bench. But it was just, he was bringing in, he had the money then, didn't he, Di, the budget? And
Di understands, when you understand business, it's a bit like Clive Woodward with England Rugby, right? When you understand how much time Di spends thinking about business and teams and cultures and everything else, it's entirely possible that Matty Driscoll was sat on our bench just to make a point to the other 15 in the squad of like, I'm the fucking boss, don't mess with me. Like, and sometimes people have to pay the price for that in sport. That's how it goes, because he's a very strategic thinker as a guy. And it was the thing that struck me when he spoke to me about going up there coaching. That was the thing that just struck me. I go to his office and was sitting there, and he's thought of everything. Do you know what I mean? I'm just so impressed with the sort of depth that he put into his thinking.
And he wasn't scared to change things. He did, and he was like, if you didn't make training, he'd cut 20 quid from the packet. Yeah. You know, so then he knew then who wanted to be there, who didn't want to be there.
So you said he was treated like a business.
It was.
He knows what he wants to be, and the action.
And they were unlucky.
We lost our first game of the season away at Betis, when Betis were a real good side.
Yeah, they were good.
Reddy and all those. The lad up front.
Yeah.
And we lost narrowly, but we were shit. And he went, anyone who misses training this week, 50 quid out of your fucking money, like that. And everyone knew he would. Yeah. Guess how many people missed training?
None.
Not even Maxi. Right. Maxi was there. Oh, me knee. Yeah, I'll lie later. Go do some stretching.
There was some, you think of the players he got there, though. He got some players there, didn't he, Di?
Quality. Yeah, absolutely. But salesman, isn't he?
But I really liked Di, and the first year, obviously, going from Ponty, going there with him, the way he spoke to me, the way he just made me feel so wanted, and you're better than, like, there was a time then when Ponty would also chuck in the money about, and they were having players going there, but he said, you're better than that, you know, and I felt wicked, you know, and there was a lot of local lads there then as well. There was, can't remember their names, but he had a mixture of, it wasn't just like you said it all at once, chucking like money at players. He'd done it over strategic.
Just a very clever guy. And because he was a bit of a shouter and a baller, people thought that's all he was. And I said to him when Rod and I met with him, I said, like, when he left Aberaman, he used to have clubs approaching him, writing to him, oh, come and join, like Caldecott wrote to him, I remember, a long time ago now. And I used to piss me off, because I was thinking, like, you just want his money. You don't realise how sharp he is. And just how good of an operator he is. Do you know what I mean?
I think a lot of players might have gone there because they knew that there was being money chucked about. So the bigger names who went there.
It's funny, like, we were trying to sign, we wanted an extra centre-back And do you remember James Passmore from Taftswell?
James Pass.
Played for Taftswell for a long time, and he was there when like Mark Sampson was manager and that. But he started off in the reserves when Mickey Tucker was manager. So he was at Taftswell for a long time. Really, really good lad, like nice lad to deal with, but very professional and very serious about his football. And Taftswell was struggling, and I knew James from having coached the youth team at Taftswell and that. So we put the 7 days in as you do back then, and Di's like, "Can you have a word with him?" So Di had spoken to him and he went, "Oh, he wants too much money." I'm like, "What do you mean he wants too much money? He's on, look, 20 quid. He's only ever played for Taftswell.
15, 20s, wasn't it?
What's going on, like?" So I phoned him, we had a long chat, and he was like, he went, "I want at least 80. I said, "Do you realise if you get 80 quid, you're on more than Dean Morris?" And he was like, "Nah, mate, you're all on over 100 and all that." And I said, "I promise you they're not." I promise you they're not. I've been in. I know exactly how much everyone's on, and there's maybe 3 on that or more than that.
Yeah.
And they're strikers.
Yeah, Kurt and Summers.
There's Summers and people like that, aren't there? Do you know what I mean? And rightfully so with there. And he Jen just wouldn't believe me, and he stayed at Taftswell because he thought we were trying to shortchange him by offering him like 50. Do you know what I mean?
That was probably,
you know, you think about like Anthony Taylor's and people like that. That's what they were on.
Yeah.
So, like Di didn't believe in shortchanging anyone. There was a young kid played for us on trial for 2 games from Cardiff, wing back, really really pacey kid, and he played really well at Ely in a friendly. Well, I said to Di, I think we should sign him. You know, I said, he's a good squad player, young, so won't be expecting to play every single week. Back then they didn't. And I said, the best thing is, Di, as well, he'd be cheap, wouldn't he? Right? And Di went, "No, I don't believe in that." He went, "They're all on 50, 60, 70, 80.
Which
he said, "We'll give him 50 as well." I went, "That ain't a 50 quid fucking wing back, Di." He's like, "No, I don't believe in that."
He was fair.
So Di was not the type to try and rinse anyone. No. But the perception out there was everyone's on 100 plus.
100 quid, 150.
And it definitely wasn't the case, like, definitely not.
When I was there, like, you know, I was on 60, and I know there was, like you just said, it was 50s to 80s, but I know when Summers come in, I think Summers, I don't know, you know himself.
I know why.
Let me tell you Summers' line. This is great.
So obviously, it would be more nowadays because of inflation and all that. But he'd say, "I'd love to play for you, handsome, but it's got to start with a 1.
Yeah, I know.
That was his line.
Yeah. Summers
he said it to Tucker, he said it to Di when he signed.
But he could do it. He could do it because he just...
But
back
in
then,
terms of, you know, he was worth it, wasn't he? Guaranteed 30 goals if he was fit all season. Like.
Frustrating to play up front with, though, and I played up front with him.
Was he? Why is that?
Just because I love Summers. Played with, like I said, Barry 45s. And he's the nicest guy.
He is,
you know.
I like Chris.
But to play up front with him, you will speak to a lot of people. They might say the same. I just didn't work. Sometimes, you know, when that pass is on, he's just thinking one thing.
I'll see your Chris Summers, and I'll raise you Leon James.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
I played against him, but I've never...
This is what it's like playing up front with Leon Jam. Scored a worldie against my team 2 weeks ago. He's still now at 44, a baller.
Who's he playing?
Bridgend Street. Came on as sub.
Oh, is he?
Changed the game. Bossed the game. From
Unbelievable
the left
feat. Unbelievable.
Honestly, what a player. And I loved every minute of playing with him because as mad as it is, people might not believe this, but he's like decent bloke to be around.
Yeah, he's a nice
good guy to sit down and chat to.
He?
People won't believe that because of what they read about
reputation,
him. Anyway, this is what it's like playing up front with Leon. He'll go past 2 players, and he'll go down the wing, and he'll go past the full-back, right?
He won't go past him again, would he?
And then he'll make you run.
Yeah.
And you'll run into the box, and he'll cut back. Out you come. And he'll cut back again, and then you go. And then he'll cut back again, and out you come. And then you think you'll cross it with his left, so you make it, and then in and out like that. And after about the 5th time, you'll go, fuck this, and here comes the ball.
But I have only played against him, but he don't care what anyone thinks.
No, he doesn't.
Mate, no. And we talked about when we played Brynner and me in the cup, when we both played for Llanremni with him. Bog of a pitch, right? Like a cabbage patch, absolute lake. He's drifted out on the right wing. Someone's pinged him the ball. He's brought it down in a bog. He shifted it, and bent it in the stanch with his left foot and just went.
What are you going to do?
And the ability on the guy is insane.
I genuinely think when I'd be stood in the box just looking at him going, mate, just put it in after the 4th cutback, maybe something like that, right? I bet he's looking at me going, shut the fuck up, I scored past Buffon.
He could have, like you said, didn't he? Could have gone,
mate. Honestly,
he could have gone a different.
Unbelievable player.
Incredible.
I come across him once when I was with Triaris, as you know, Triaris the pitch. He had a belly out year. No disrespect.
It's not like that now.
I heard, yeah. Honestly, he had a belly like that. He got to go tough. I'm sure he got to go tough.
Yeah, he got a couple.
And he would talk to me in the game. I think he knew I like my Cardiff accent and all that. And we got talking. But he done stuff in that game.
Just tore you inside out, did he?
Fucking inside out. Just
did he
like,
pin you?
No, he was just so, his feet were so good. He couldn't get near him.
You can't
Get around him.
You not get around him. You can't move.
No, I think even on a just crap pitch, for someone who was overweight, he could still shift his body and do stuff with his feet. And then you're going that way and he's going that way.
Do you remember?
He was incredible.
Yeah. Do you remember that 5-a-side tournament we played on Sophia Gardens?
6-a-side.
6-a-side.
Yeah.
Della said to me, he went, for fuck's sake, I'm in goals, right? He's gone to everyone, don't let him face the goal. Right? Yeah. So he played the whole time facing his own goal. He wants to get the ball and roll people, right? The amount of times you get people roll and he's looking at me and I'm going, I'm fucked you. And he'd just go ping in the corner, like you'd be going, oh, for fuck's sake.
That was when I got pinned for the first time. There was a guy playing at the back, so this is down at Sophia Gardens on the AstroTurf, playing across. So you're playing
on the old hockey pitch.
You're playing across the pitch on a half pitch.
Yeah.
And the defender's got it, looked up and just gone bang in the vague direction of Leon Jan, right? So I'm behind him and I'm thinking, I will have a wrestle here now. And he went boom, like that. I couldn't move.
Just rolled him out the way and then he's facing me and I'm like...
But how's that then? He's just like, is that from just playing...
Pure class, mate.
Yeah.
Pure. I think he's just born with this gift. And like you say, you watch him now and he's fitter than he was back then now as well. The other week, he can still make the ball talk. He obviously can't run away from people like he used to, but he's still not slow. But he got the ball on the left, right, and he cut inside and he sort of dropped the shoulder and came inside again and dropped it and came inside again and just bent it in the corner. And he's just like...
And I still say he does that chop, doesn't he? That he does the chop, and even if you know he's going to do the chop, you don't know he's going to do it. And when he does it, you go, "Where the fuck's that gone?"
I remember we'd started the season well at Cross at Ceiliog, and he was playing for My State Park with Lee Bridgman, and they hadn't won a game. It was like mid-October, so we haven't lost. They hadn't won, and we go up there, and it's obviously a big need on me and Bridgie, right? And they beat us 3-1, and Leon Jan done a rainbow flick over the fucking fullback and ran over the other side and passed.
The fullback went like that. The fuck that come from? Like he's looking at his feet and the ball's not behind him.
And I don't mean like they try a rainbow flick and it sort of went past it. I mean it went like that over the guy's head.
It's like you figure the players, like we said earlier about like Trundle, like he's playing... I don't know if he still is Welsh League, but like the ability on him, Swansea, you know, Leon, like there was the other one which you've mentioned in episodes, and I got to play with him for a bit, was Gary Twynham.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I only played for a few games at Bryntillion with him.
Yeah.
Got in there because obviously the chairman offered him like a bit of a summer as a big deal. Sign, play with him, unbelievable.
Yeah.
He was like with Port Talbot. I went and watched him the one night. I didn't know him. But it was when my mate Cottrell was playing for Carmarthen. He ran the show against Carmarthen. 300 people, he was the best player, minimum. And then he signed for Bryntillion then, I think, a couple of years later. He was unreal, just stuff he would do. But that's because he was with Man United.
What league were Bryntillion in when you were there?
Third division. They got up in the amateur league with, remember Lee Stevens?
Yes, who were we talking to about that the other day? It might have been Lee Robson we were talking to.
Yeah, it was Lee Robson, yeah.
And Lee Stevens was there when they came up the amateur league.
And then they gone to the third.
Was Lee Badley there when you were there?
No. I think they might have had, no, they wouldn't have had, it was the first year straight away we went up. And
that's right.
Obviously Phil, Emlyn contacted me, the chairman. I met Cleo, that was unbelievable. And then I signed mainly Bridge End boys with one or two outsiders. And we had a brilliant team. You know, we were a little
Ever
budget.
got any nights out with the...
Oh, loads of nights out in Bridgend.
Yeah.
The best ever.
I was
Fucking
best
course you
ever.
did.
The reason I
So
asked
what I say now, all right?
is the reason I asked, did you play there when Dan Hooper played there?
No.
So Dan Hooper signed for him from Taffs Well when he was about 19. And that was for Phil Clay. And he went on a night out with him in Bridgend, and it all kicked off, and he got so scared he got a taxi and went home to Ely.
It's rough, right?
Dan's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, he's on a fight. It was when you went over the Bridgend boys, there was a place called it was like a church.
Mate,
but,
it's still open. I go there.
Yeah.
I go there now.
It is brilliant. And
Strobe light, dinner, all sorts.
remember Kenny Thomas?
Yeah?
Centre half.
Yeah.
So he was the one who organised stuff.
Ringleader, was he?
He was the boss.
Yeah.
I got on well with Jonathan Cuss. Remember Jonathan
Yeah.
Cuss, striker?
Good
Me and
player.
him were good mates.
He was a real good
Oh,
player.
quality,
Yeah.
rapid.
Yeah.
You had Bodman. You had the two Burks. Pewey was up there for a year. We just had a really good. Again, Phil Clay, bit like Johnny Bolton. He never done all the badges back then.
Yeah.
It was just about being a motivator.
Yeah.
But he built a side that we would do stuff together. It was a social as well. And a bit like Ely Rangers, he kept the core and brought in maybe just one or two bits of quality in to add to the local.
Yeah.
And it was just, we just went, we battered
that's right.
demolished the league that year.
Yeah, 100%. That didn't surprise me though, because I was helping out with the reserve team at Taffs Well when the year they won the Amateur League.
Yeah.
And Taffs Well's reserves were in the Amateur League Premier. And I thought, that's the best Amateur League team I've ever seen that season when Lee Stevens up front.
Yeah.
So it was no shock when they've signed more quality
Yeah.
that they went on again and demolished it.
And look where they are now. But Emlin's not involved now. The
Yeah.
guy who was the money man then.
Yeah.
Cleo moved on.
At what point, obviously you're talking there about all the goals you scored, at what point did you get moved to centre-back? And how the fuck did that happen?
Well, that was Dean Wallace, isn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. At Ponty, I think it was a young age, 26, 27. I don't know, Alan Davis was the manager. I was playing up front. And again, it was money then, and you'd be up front, you'd have tenner for a bonus, and you'd go centre half, it'd be tenner for a clean sheet. And I don't know, it's just there was loads of players coming in and out. And then one night, Dino said, I'm going to speak to Alan, I'm going to put you centre half. And I was like, where's this coming from? And he stuck me centre half with Mike Jones. Do you remember Mike Jones centre half
He
at
played
Tom
he
Pentra?
played for us when we won the league, Aberdeen.
Did he? Oh yeah, he went over there, didn't he? Yeah. No, he was proper old school centre half. So he said, "You're going to go with Mike."
Good guy as well.
Oh,
Funny guy.
Funny guy, quality.
From Antwerp Vardra, wasn't he?
I don't know if he was at I know it was Tom Pentra.
No, I mean, lived.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
The big boy.
No,
No.
that's a striker from Canberra.
Yeah, no.
No, this Mike Jones wasn't the biggest centre back.
No,
was he?
but he was the best in the air.
The best laugh though.
And yeah, he'd take the piss.
Funny guy.
But Dino just said, "You're going centre half one night," and I just went from there. Just stayed there. Dino, he was good with things. He used to say nice things then, you're one of the best in the air. I can see you staying there as a centre half, and I did. I stayed for a bit as a centre half. Obviously, then I had a stint with Treforest then and Lawrence Badman, and I went back up front. And
how did you end up going there? Because that's a big drop.
it was a drop, but they were ambitious, weren't they? They wanted.
But Treforest, I've been aware, because of Lawrence. I've been aware of Treforest 20 years. They've always been ambitious.
They've always been ambitious.
But it's
They've
never happened, is it?
No, and I don't know if it's because you can't get the right amount of players down here, because it was back then. No one would drop, would they? For a bit of money. But now the players drop it in a second.
But I when you describe Ely Rangers, I think Treforest has got everything.
Got everything, got the club out.
Actually, they've got an advantage as well. They're not in Cardiff, because in Cardiff it's so hard, isn't it, to create that atmosphere, because you leave someone on a bench once and they're going to St Albans, they're gone.
And Treforest would have
they're going to Ely, they're going to go and sign for
they need to go anywhere.
Cardiff,
Hibs,
whatever.
It's across the road, isn't it? Really,
So Treforest, they got everything. They got a ground that would be a lovely home ground for a close knit team, and clubhouse. They decent following as well. you could create a real family sort of community atmosphere.
I don't know what...
It just amazes me it's never happened.
I don't know why it's never happened. The year I went there, we finished second at Lamp Major won it.
I don't know who won it, but I do remember there being a team for the year or two.
They were the team, Lamp Major.
Yeah.
We challenged them all the way. They sneaked the lead. And then I can't remember what happened. I think I had 3 stints with Ponty. I think I went back. I think I might actually went a ton with Dean then.
Right, okay.
Only for a couple of games. It was like end of the season.
Okay.
And he said, see the season out with me a ton. And then I ended up going back to Ponty because Alan Davis had left then. There was no money. There was a little budget.
So who was manager when you went back to Ponty?
When I went back to Ponty, there was a goalkeeper who used to play for Merthyr. Can't remember his name.
I remember him.
He had a little budget. There was no players there. I was named captain. I was living in Pontypridd. It was easy for me with my ex at the time. It got one great. A couple of players who did come down halfway through the season. We were rock bottom. Was Sammy Mishbar, Nathan Cadet. They turned up. Yeah,
You or me? The relegators.
Yeah, right. So they turned up. It was just like it was lads that had never played Welsh League football before.
Yeah.
So
they played Welsh.
No, they had, but they only come down for a.
We used to. Sammy used to get into me on Twitter. Me and Nana Bar a little bit on Twitter. So the one day, I was like, "Fucking hell! All right, the relegator." Because there was a stint, and I can't remember the order of the clubs, but there was a gang of 3 or 4 of them that went to 4 clubs in 4 seasons, and they all went down.
Oh, and that was Sammy.
Do you remember?
Schaefer, did he?
Grant.
Oh, Grant, yeah, they were their mates, innit?
Do you remember?
Granty was a good boy, a good player, Granty, I thought. He was a Ponty, actually, with me.
I actually think all of them have been good players.
They're all good players.
They're
all good players, yeah.
There was just I don't know whether it was because of life and families and work and stuff like that, but it was just, look, it takes more than 4 people to relegate a football team, doesn't it? But it was just, they had no luck whatsoever. Everywhere they went.
Yeah, but
they
go to clubs which were struggling?
That's the point.
They were already on a downward curve.
So again, the only reason that you say that to Sammy on Twitter is because at the time he was getting a bit chirpy with me and Nana about something. But they were going to clubs that were already struggling.
In a bad place. They've got, yeah.
They definitely, like on their
But you would think adding Cadet, because he was quite, good feet.
He was a great player.
And Sammy would like to spray it, you'd think adding them.
They were coming towards the end.
They're coming to the end. We were like, when they signed for Ponty, we were rock bottom. We're going away to sides, and they were it was embarrassing. Like I was back up front again, but we were conceding so much. I ended up going back to centre half, and like we were a bit more organised, but we were poor.
Yeah.
There was no quality there.
Yeah.
And then the money come back again. Then with Ponty.
That's the story of Pontypridd, though, isn't it?
Yeah, yo-yo.
Over the years.
Saying that with Sammy, do you remember the game we had? People obviously watch this, and I always say, I knew I could get in your head in games. I could definitely get in Sammy's head. When Sammy went to play, remember when he went to play for Butte Town? And he played for Butte Town at the very end, right? I love Sammy. Sammy is a great guy, right? But
Sammy must be the same age as you.
Yeah, because he plays for the vets.
Because I actually played against him as a kid. Do you remember back when we were kids playing football?
He used to play for, he was released by City, wasn't he?
And but there was only like under 10s, under 12s, under 14s, under 16s, wasn't there? There was no 13s and 15s or 11s. No. So every other year, I'd end up in Sammy's team's league when he was playing the civil service.
Yeah.
What a player.
And what a player. Civil were the best. They were the best. Cardiff Civil. Yeah. It was his dad, wasn't it? Dad was the
That's right,
yeah.
Peter, and good guy as well.
Yeah.
But Sammy was like one of the 2 or 3 main men.
He was a main man, yeah.
He was class.
I thought he was quite. He signed for Inter, and we played Ely Rangers.
Yeah.
Played Ely Rangers in I don't know if it was a league or not league. It wouldn't have been league. It would have been a friendly or a Welsh Cup.
Yeah.
He played wing on the wing. I thought he was quality.
Yeah.
I'll give him that, Sam.
Do you know what?
In
In all fairness,
great ability.
they said he went. I think it was at the end when he was at Pontypridd Town, and same thing. Where I could just chip away at you, and I knew I'd get a reaction. I knew.
Get a reaction off me.
I did. We'll come on to that in a minute. We'll come on to that in a minute. I did. I was, bless him, and I did apologise afterwards. I kept on to him all game, and after the game, he kept to me. He went, "Why'd you keep having a go at me?" And I was
That's
like,
a bit like coming for him, man.
and I was going, Sam. I was going, Sam. It's just like,
He's like that, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the worst. He still is, no, well, that's football. He's dreadful.
I apologise to him because I was on his case.
He is brutal, man. Did he on that pitch? You just think, oh, will you just
shut up.
Fuck
he signed for Ely Rangers for Ease, and I was like, bad egg. I was signing Sam. Sorry, Sam. And he got sent off against Ferndale. He's just like that all game. I said, he's doing my head in.
Yeah, but that's his game.
That's his game. You can't shut him up.
He's like that when he's 14. He's not going to stop, is he?
He talks you for the game as well.
Yeah.
Give me more. Go there.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I bet that's part of what gets him going.
Yeah.
Is that?
He's played, to be fair, played, a long time, hasn't he? So he can do it. But
great ability. But yeah, I know what you mean about back then. We used to take the piss, but almost take the piss because you knew it wasn't fair because it wasn't really their fault.
I think when you took you both used to take the piss out. You said take the piss out of me. I can't remember we played.
I can tell you one, and
but one of them was, I don't know what you said to the old boys, but it was just after I'd gone through a breakup.
It wasn't me.
And it was at Chepstow, wasn't it?
It was.
It was at Chepstow, and you had them all in. You had all of them, like a lot of the boys.
And you scored. And I actually, you scored the winner, and in fairness, and it wasn't me that got in your head that day, right? In fairness,
was it Dom?
I stood in the technical area, and I went, fair play, he deserves that. Because you scored and you ran off. I stood in the dugout going, fair play to you, mate. Because you took the dog abuse.
I did shake your hand, I think, but I think I did have a baby. I did have a baby, and I did, when the game finished, we won 1-0, didn't we?
Yeah, you did.
I don't feel I wanted to talk to you.
No, you didn't.
Because I felt it was...
You went home and give it all out as well.
It was a good goal as well, wasn't it?
It was header.
Self-caught.
I think, no, mate, the one I go on about all the time, and I've always said this to people, is, and I would say it, if anyone got injured around you, I could go on with the medibag, check what number you had, and just not even look at you if you're there, and go, play on the 5, he's fucking slow, and he's like the turning fucking Titanic.
That's right.
And as soon as he do that and go Titanic, I just go, I just look up at you and wink, and you go, fuck off, Rod, fuck off, and I'd be going, see?
The worst thing was, right?
Yeah, but I thought for 38, I was quite quick.
You're doing it again.
The only thing I remember with it is that, right?
Well, make an excuse.
Mate, the only reason you do it is to try and get you distracted. And every time I'd say it, I'd walk off the medibag going, I go, job done. Like, you could just, the next 5 minutes, you were just like charging around trying to smash everyone.
Yeah, it was funny at that game, right? We didn't talk about it on his episode. Liam Screen, right? Obviously nothing to do with you. He hated Chepstow, right?
Yeah.
He hated him. Because obviously you were the fucking money people up in Gwent, weren't you? Just throwing money around at big names all the time, and it never worked. Never worked. But that was
he
Chepstow.
From Newport? Yeah.
So, like, he was playing for us at Porth. He was meant to be going... Well, he was going to Marbella or somewhere like that, and he was going on the Thursday, and he stayed and played on the Saturday and went straight to the airport. Missed 3 days of his holiday with all his mates because he wasn't missing those Chepstow fuckers.
Really?
Yeah. And we lost 1-0.
Oh, the way you talk about dedication,
that's
Screeny is an old school player with that, whereby he go, no, I'll have a 4-day holiday rather than 7.
Yeah, just like you wouldn't see it nowadays, would you? Just wouldn't happen like.
No.
So, listen, I've deliberately like not touched on one club that you played for, right? Because too many people have come on this podcast and made comments and whatever about Triaris in a negative way.
Right.
Now, you played for Triaris at the old ground as well.
Old ground.
And you had a great time. So, when you tell us about that, how'd you end up there? Because most players, by the way, would have gone, oh, I'm not playing there every other week. So
I don't know. I don't know how I got up there. I moved from Ponty, where I was with my ex. We were living in, of all places, Penrhycaiba. Remember Penrhycaiba? We had a house up there. Yeah. But I was playing for Ponty, and we played Treharris. Yeah. But I've already met Craig Reddy in a couple of games. Yeah. Me and him, he was another one, wasn't he? He'd be, I don't know if you ever remember Craig. Oh, yeah. He was a loud...
I remember Craig well, but like, me and him had a little a bit of an evening on Twitter once, like, going at each other. But I thought he did an amazing job at Triaris, actually, when he was there.
Yeah, it was him and his dad.
And I also thought he was a real good player.
Yeah, quality.
Very good player. And he's become a very good coach. Everyone that has played with him has said he's very good. So I can see why you would sign for Craig up there.
It was Craig, him and his dad. I don't know. Something was happening again at Ponty. Again, bloody in and out because of the money was being thrown about. He spoke to me in the game. He said, "Come up here, Triaris." I thought, Triaris? Oh, I live in Penrith, roundabout. It's there. I didn't even think about the ground, what it looked like. When I went up there.
Go on, then how much he offer you?
Oh, it wasn't much. It wasn't much. It was.
You've worked out the mileage.
He definitely fucking has. And he's worked out.
No, it was like 30.
I'll save £4 on petrol.
It was 30 or 40. I think it was 30, 40 quid, something like that. But he got Scott Lanyon up there.
Yes. I remember it. I remember the season.
Because
you'd had a terrible start to the season, and then Scott signed there, and there was
so there was about with Craig playing. It was like, don't get me wrong, there was 5 you would say who've played at a few clubs, and then it was just like your local Triaris boys. But I remember the pub, the Cutch.
Yeah.
Go back to the pub. I'd stay there and
someone's house, wasn't it?
No.
It looked like someone.
Yeah, small. Yeah. The Cutch, right, after that mad game we had where we had all that abuse from the crowd. And then we've won 5-4 in the last minute, right? When we were top and they were nowhere with Lamwern. And we've gone back to the Cutch afterwards, right? And me and Rodder stood there with a pint, and all of a sudden this bloke just appears by Rodri, right? And just stands there like that close to him.
Staring at me.
Just stared in at the side of Rodri's head.
The bar, it was a little... The bar was tiny, wasn't it?
It was one of them.
And Rodri's looking at me going like, what's he fucking nothing doing by here now? So we've gone, drink up, lads, we're off.
Well, you would probably turn up when you and say all that with the fans. They'd all be on the wall, wouldn't they? The top of the change room.
Some of the stuff they shouted at us.
Yeah, but I got to be honest with you, I still keep in touch with a couple, or friends on Facebook with us.
Yeah.
But they'd all come out and watch. They'd go and watch the seconds. The seconds were playing, that stand would be full.
I would have loved a following like that for one of my teams. I thought they were amazing. Because even when they were like bottom of the league, you'd turn up and you'd be thinking like, it's probably
they'd have the old watch recorder going.
100 odd people up in the stand, you're like,
you know when you think like, we've said it a few times when we've gone to clubs like we had no one at Ports, no one when we were at Lamwern. No. Think of that stadium. No one at Porth, right, apart from parents. When you think of it,
you go to somewhere like Triaris.
But I'd love to have a club like that whereby you go like, not welcome to hell, but it's like welcome, like make it a jungle. Make teams go in there, not think, oh fucking hell, we're getting changed in that place with the front door. Going, fuck me, boys, we're in for a tough ride.
What would you rather? I would rather turn up and have people watching me. Well, you turn up when you played in say Newport on the
stadium.
You turn up. There's no one in that ground.
Right, it depends, right? So generally, I agree with you, but we did have that across the Ceiliog. But a lot of the time, the welcome to hell thing. They were saying that to the home team.
Yeah. They wanted the home team to lose. That's the difference.
When we were across the Ceiliog. I wouldn't say they wanted him to lose, right? But I remember Mark Morris, right? So Mozza. You would have played against Mozza a lot. Good player, but also just a nice bloke, right? So not the guy that falls out with people. And 2 or 3 times, he was my captain. He turned to the crowd and just said, like, are you on our side or what? They'd be shouting at their own team.
So they were coming out just to basically, would they want you to go?
No, they came out wanting Cross Ceiliog to win, right? But
if anything was going wrong.
If it wasn't going well, or we were having a ropey half an hour or something like that, oh my God, they were your own worst enemy, like. It was a nightmare.
I think Triaris, they just got used to losing.
Maybe.
They did. It was, so when we did
win... Do you remember the big joke? How many are going down this year from Division 3? 3 down from Division 1, 3 down from Division 2, and whoever finishes below Triaris in Division 3. Because they'd always find a way.
We always found they did, yeah. But that one year, like I went there, that first year with Reddy, we beat Llanelli. Remember Llanelli dropped straight down, but then they went straight back up. They come down, they probably like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And we beat them. Set pieces, headers.
So you must have signed for them in the season because it was fairly early in the season we went there and won 5-4. So it must have been before you were there. Maybe because Craig was manager then.
Yeah, I think it was late. It wasn't straight away. I was with Ponty for a bit, and then
we were saying though. Were we talking to about it before? When we saying like literally, it's one of those places you'd have loved it because you love heading the ball.
We would explain into Willow never played there, so we would explain into Willow what Triaris away was like.
Like you're saying that you tell.
He's fucking smart.
The
box is there by the throwing line.
The one thing we talked about was the one time we went there with Lamwern, we were 7-0 up at half time. And we've gone in going, this isn't over, mine. And Gareth saying, bollocking the wingers, going, if you get caught offside on the edge of the box and you're playing up front, that ball is coming under your crossbar and Jago is going to come and smash you under the crossbar. Yeah. That type of thing.
An offside free kick.
You're asking for trouble.
It's landing on the keeper, isn't it? Yeah. So now you can all just go and attack the keeper because you all know. Yeah. So offside in a normal game, it's like, do I go diag? Do I go short? Or
it's just it's going under the bar. It's just a battle. When you go Triaris, it's just
and a long throw at Triaris isn't like Rory Delat run up and one of them.
It's there.
A long throw is stand still and go.
It's in the box.
I tell you the one player who I would have loved to have seen playing on that pitch is Galton. As a goalkeeper. You know, if you haven't got a goalkeeper who's coming for crosses, you're in trouble. I'd love to have seen him do that because it's one of the he loved all that stuff, didn't he? The physicality side.
Well, the one game I'll never forget it. It was I don't know if Dean played. I'm not sure. They had Nathan King, Doddsy. I think Summers played. Remember Devsy, Dale Raven? Yeah. They were all on a bonus. Yeah. Pontypridd. Yeah. We had to win. Just try and. I think we were like third from bottom. We had to win. Yeah. They had to win. They won that night. They had one more game, I think, after, and it was home. Okay. But they had to win, and they were going up. Right. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Maybe they were third. Yeah. They had to win. They come down. I think they went 1-0 up, or maybe 2-0 up. We just come back and went 4-2. Yeah. And they were all on a bonus. Yeah. And I bump into the lads now, like Devsy, Dale Raven. Yeah. Bumped into them down the seat, and they go. You fuck. Because I scored, but we battered them. We battered them. We just turned, but because they didn't like it. Yeah. Ponty didn't like it.
Did you have many games like that? Because when we were talking to Willow about Triaris, it was like they could be 4 goals down at half time, and because they knew how to play that pitch, because it was so small, wasn't it? People who never went there don't believe us when we say, like, genuinely. I think you can see. Yeah, you can see on the camera how wide this table is. I don't think the gap between the penalty area and a touchline was as wide as this table.
No, it wasn't. No.
It's about half.
Do you know what I mean? Like people can't comprehend that, can they?
But if you've got players
like short.
Yeah, but if you've got players then who can play in, like Craig Reddy loves Harry's a bite, and Scott Lanyon didn't move.
Yeah. Just be between the posts.
But the box just didn't move. Lanyon, he was strong. He doled it up. Right, and then you had me then, just Ed. But then you had like Rhys Tandy was one guy, good player. He went on to play for Abergavenny, then he moved on. Yeah. So you had 1 or 2 boys with a bit of ability, but we were just all about battle. Yeah, so it's a scrap. And teams, they don't. You know, it's like you come to a ground, you go, oh, fuck, I don't know if I fancy this. You know, people giving you abuse on the side, and then a team
don't stand up to it.
We're losers. Like we were always going to be.
To do? I actually had a good record up there result-wise, but never enjoyed it once. Not even when we won in the last minute. There was one game, we were down to 10 men in the first half. I got sent off because the red card was ludicrous, right? And we'd equalised in the last minute. So I didn't enjoy it then.
Didn't you?
Like I had a decent record up there, but like, so we crossed the Ceiliog, we used to play 3-5-2. When we used to go to Triaris, I didn't bother with the sweeper. I used to go 2-5-3.
Really?
Because there's no point in having the sweeper, is there? He stood on the goalie's toes. So we just say to the goalie, look, you have to be on your toes today, and just have an extra striker. And then there's no point playing with width, is there? There is no width. So you just
it was a mud bath, wasn't it? It was soft, it was heavy, wasn't it?
If you try and play with any width, you're in the changing room. Like, there's no
or you're in the wall, or you're in the fence.
But did you have any other games like that, mad comebacks? where people have obviously just been swept away by the crowd, the home team?
I can't remember teams, but we beat teams down there where we were being losing or not expecting to win.
Yeah.
But I think that was because we had that bit of quality as well. We had, it was a small pitch. People didn't want to play there. They didn't like it, and the people on the side. But we just had a bit of a togetherness again.
Yeah.
And Craig was the main part of that.
I was going to say, Craig is a leader of that type of environment.
Yeah.
He's going to be the man, isn't he?
Loud, vocal, rile you up, you know. And his dad was a good manager.
He was horrible, wasn't he, on the pitch, Craig?
Yeah.
Craig was horrible. Like, I'd admire it as I'd be standing watching it from the touchline, but I'd be thinking, I'm glad I'm not in the middle of midfield against him. He's a pain in the ass. Bite in your ear.
One scared to stand toe to toe with you. Oh, he was proper leader, Craig.
Craig told me this himself, so I know it's true. But when he eventually left Triaris, were you still there then?
I stayed for another year. Helped out then as assistant manager with a guy called Joey Klein.
So you were there when he left then?
Left,
because he resigned at half time, didn't he?
There was some falling
substituted himself, fell out in the change room with someone, which happens obviously.
Yeah. I think his dad went.
And I think he substituted himself and left at half time, didn't he?
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, I can't remember too far back, but him and his dad left. And then, so before Joey took over, someone else come in. I can't remember, two guys, two gentlemen from Merthyr. They come in, but they brought a load of youth from Merthyr.
Oh, okay.
But then they didn't last.
That's the opposite. That's not going to work.
One of the lads, he lives in Cardiff now, and he was with someone as well. Really quick lad. Can't figure his name. He was quality, but he brought a load of young kids from Merthyr. And it didn't.
That ain't the pitch for them,
That's
is
not a
it?
pitch for young kids, no.
You can't even have a quick player on that pitch. It's all about playing through the thirds and fucking winning.
Yeah.
Physicality.
It's a battle. You need battlers for that for Triaris.
Yeah.
But I can't remember.
I haven't been to their new ground yet, actually. It's not. It's obviously.
I've seen pictures. Nana Bar went in and was a manager. A lot of the players were still there when he was there. He kept a couple of the lads who were with Triaris in the old ground, but they're struggling now, aren't they? They're struggling. I'm sure I bumped into someone, they're really struggling.
They're insanely, as well, I'm coaching at the moment, and they're struggling, but I got to say, like, we played them, 6 weeks ago, something like that. We beat them, but there's a new manager now, and there were no pushovers. You know, sometimes when teams are going down through the leagues,
they're just spiraling down,
and we played Porth when Dean Morris was manager with Lanramney.
Yeah.
And we beat them about 9 or 10 nil, something like that. They're not like that.
And they?
No, they're competitive.
But
they're just not getting the results. So you can imagine if maybe after Christmas, like when you went there and Scott Lanyon went there, maybe they get a few bodies in, maybe they can still do it. Maybe
I'm sure the people who run, I can't figure their names now, but they've always had a bit of money they can,
It's okay.
Like Nana did, didn't he? He had a bit of money to bring a couple of players up, didn't he?
No idea. Although I doubt Nana Bar's ever been anywhere they don't give him money.
Well, did you get paid for the draft then?
Probably get a couple
You'd
of
have
beers.
to ask Nana. If he ever comes on, we'll ask him.
Saying that, you're saying there with the Porth game when we were Lanramney, sorry, so talking about Dean, you've obviously been in the dressing room with Dean and worked with him, right? How do you think, and I know the answer to this, when Lanramney were beating Porth, it was something like 7 half-time, 7-0?
No, 5.
His goalkeeper had a
5.
fucking howler, right?
Yeah,
and I'm not joking.
5.
I'm not joking. A traffic cone would have been better in goals. Yeah. Dean's gone in the dressing room at half-time. I think I was talking to him afterwards, and he was telling me that he basically said, this kid, he's a nice kid, but you're not a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
The kid fucking went back at him. The kid's gone back at Dino.
One of the goals was he caught the ball from a shitty long ball, like that, looked around, threw it straight to our right winger, who just ran in and scored.
Dean's obviously just saying to him, look, not being... the kid's fucking gone back at him. The kid, like, wow, Dino, you've changed.
He didn't have anything, did he, Dean, there, did he?
Oh,
no players.
No. We asked him when he was sat where you are, why did you take that job? And he went, well, Hugh's a nice guy, which he is, Hugh Jones, and just, want to help him out.
Yeah. What was in his pocket? All I can think of Dean Wallace is standing in our change rooms and going. spitting every 2 seconds because he's just froth his hair.
So I'll get a text off Dean if I don't ask you this, right? So you're saying, right, Dean Wallace is getting money. You were starving for a fiver when you were playing mine, weren't you? You would have stepped over your dying granny for an extra fiver.
No, yeah.
Mate, come on now.
Let's get a story out. I know the full truth.
The reason I ask that is obviously you still had a lot of years to go when we started at Cross the Ceiliog, right? So I genuinely always thought at some point you'd end up with us, whether it'd be like in your last year or two or something like that, depending where we were at the time. And it just, for whatever, like, what did they say? The planets never aligned, did they? So,
I don't know. Yeah, I remember back. You know, I don't know where I was. Where would I be?
That was 2010.
So before Chepstow then?
Yeah, it was before Chepstow.
Because Gary Proctor got me up there. Gary Proctor got me up there, and I was knocking it on the head.
How did he get you up there then?
Yeah, well, obviously. Yeah, but let me tell you, when I went up there and played in a friendly and then scored an header, and he went, "I'm signing you now." I went, "What you want?" Just give me what I was on at Triaris. What was that? I said 30, 40, bang, seal. Found out they were all on 89.
I was going to show you. You fucking mug.
Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I found out. You had Hart Shorten at Prangley, you had, and they were all on 80s. You had boys who...
Yeah. No mad thing with that is, though, you can't argue, because you set your own budget.
Yeah.
You just sit there like...
Yeah. But I lived up there. I lived the chat. I did, to be fair, I had a great time up there, and I got friendly with Dave Livermore, who was the manager of the year later. Yeah. Lovely guy. Great club. They've gone on now, got a nice stand down and
I'd always liked the setup.
Oh, it's a cracking setup.
Yeah, I like it.
Lovely little town centre for a night out with the lads.
Well, funny enough, when I left the coaching side with Lan Rimley start last season, probably about this time of the year, didn't have anything to do on the Saturday. I actually went up and watched a game at Chepstow Cross Ceiliog that day, because I thought, well, it's Crossy and it's at a decent
nice ground. Stand there, watch, go into the shelf. Yeah. Nice, it is nice, Jeff. So
you've agreed 30-40, you know that this is famous.
But I know, I want to know when, like, because you mentioned it in one of your episodes.
I did.
I know.
We talked about it. I rang you and said about coming to play for us, and your words, and I ripped the piss, because we did work together at the time, and I did see when we went to work, was when I rang you and you said, all I want is enough for me to have a Chinese and a box of Peroni.
No, it was 2 cases of Peroni.
It wasn't. It was a Chinese. It was a Chinese.
How big's a case?
And a case of Peroni.
I like a drink in the house. I thought, all right.
Back then, so what, you only wanted about 25, did you?
I remember ringing Gareth saying he wants a Chinese and a case of Peroni.
Because we worked for the brewery, it was easy. It was on allowance, wasn't it? You could come off his allowance.
Fuck off, I'm not giving you my allowance. I'm buying you a Chinese.
So,
I'll buy myself a Chinese.
Wait, hang on.
There's no Chinese mentioned.
You fucking right. I think we've solved the mystery here. I reckon the truth is, you've asked for a box of Peroni and that fucker's thrown a Chinese for himself on top.
Yeah, 100%. 100% you asked for a fucking Chinese. You fucking did.
I don't know where this Chinese is coming
from. You wanted a Chinese and a box of Peroni.
Tonight then, because we're going to be here all fucking night.
I'll buy you a Chinese, mate, just for old time's sake.
So, obviously you just alluded to it there. You worked together for a while.
Yeah. 2 years.
What's it like working with him?
I enjoyed working in the rod, to be fair.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, it's fine. I looked after him. I looked after him.
He looked after me. We used to work on an afternoon shift, didn't we?
It was good, to be fair.
It was good, to be fair. If you... Because you're supervisor, weren't you?
Yeah.
And if you went out your way and you... Like, and I used to go out my way and work out. I don't know what brewery did.
You always,
he used to reward me.
You always used to find it, though, with it. We went the evening shift or together and everything, and it was a good laugh. And one of the biggest things is if the boys didn't pull their weight, it would then have a knock-on effect on the night shift. The morning shift would then be fucking kicking off. Essentially, the boys had to pick the loads, load them ready for the morning for the drayman to come in and go out. If it wasn't done, it would be a fucking nightmare.
Because my line of work for 20 years, I was at the receiving end of some bad breweries. where you're like, oh my God, we're desperate for that, and they turn it and go, I've got none of that on the lorry. You know?
Yeah.
You know, the order picks and everything else. So it was one, and we had a good bunch. Like we had Mark, didn't we?
Yeah,
You know,
Mark
had a good bunch.
Biffo and
a good bunch of boys there who
boys
would
play football.
pull their weight.
Boys who
wouldn't
played
mind,
football, didn't they, as well, when they were younger.
and wouldn't mind, you know, doing a bit as well. We had some lazy fuckers.
You used to arrange stuff, didn't you? Like, we had football competitions, and we went
night
to
out.
Burton, didn't we?
We had a fucking wicked time.
Yeah.
We won the tournament in that. We won the cause football tournament.
Oh yeah.
6-a-side.
Yeah, stayed in Burton, didn't we, for a night?
Fucking hell, shit.
Shit,
Then a Burton. It was like, oh, we go out in Burton. It's amazing. Went to the like, oh, right. Where do we go then? It's like one. It's like Yates's bar, wasn't it? One bar. And where'd you go after this?
Nowhere.
Curry. So everyone went to Yates's bar.
And then
everyone went for the curry.
and that was it.
All these different
we won the
teams.
football
We won the
tournament.
football tournament.
We had a couple of good boys, didn't we?
Yeah,
We
we
went
did,
to PE again.
Did you ever play, coming from where you're from, did you ever play leisure leagues, five-a-sides, anything like that?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Before
Years
there was
ago.
an arena, right, that in Cardiff, Swansea was the first leisure leagues arena in Wales. And we were the Monday night champions in Cardiff into Marriott, right? And that was the hardest league, apparently, everyone says, right? So we went down to this tournament in Swansea, and we're staying in Swansea Marriott because we're playing for Inter Marriott, right? So it's almost like the Champions League of
Yeah.
And as we walk in, everyone's like, oh, that's Inter Marriott, they're the favourites. We went out in a fucking group.
Battered.
So we were back in the hotel by 4 o'clock.
It was
Mate.
I was fucking shit-faced on Strongbow.
We were in some nightclub in Swansea. Just by the time we even walked in there, we could barely stand because we had a bar tab in Swansea Marriott because we were the Marriott's football team.
Represent.
We've gone out in the group, so we've gone back to the hotel 3 hours earlier than we're expecting to be there. I'll just go out then.
Oh, man. You got battered in the competition. You were...
Yeah, not on purpose.
No,
we were all fuming.
You played decent teams then.
Do you know what? It was mad. The first game, we had 5 good players and 2 that were members of the Marriott that we kept involved. So our thinking was, right, start them in the first half of the first game.
Yeah.
And then
roll them.
We're 3 down by half time by the time the
You know, you
first
say there about Leon rolling people in five-a-side, right?
Yeah.
When you know boys play you've got good five-a-side players who can't play in full-size pitch, and you.
I can't play five-side.
We had, but in a small cage.
The back five-a-side.
I can't.
I was forward, but the five-a-side I play at the back.
Oh shit, the five-side.
In a cage, if you think of it, with a net and everything else, it's got hard boards. Like we had the thing where I could distribute in, you could spin it off the wall and be in his path, but you play against boys who know how to play in those certain areas. They just get the ball to feet, roll someone and go, yeah, touch, bang. And by the time they've touched around the corner, it's in the bottom corner, past you.
Because it's all small, isn't it? You've got to be good, haven't you? You've got to have good feet to play five-a-side.
But we went out because we were strategically bad. Di Morgan manager, we would have won it.
Yeah.
With his strategy. But honestly, what a night out.
Years ago then. That must have been
a long time ago, mate, yeah. But honestly, what a night out. Amazing.
Swansea. Yeah, it is a good night out, Swansea.
So when did the day come then, football-wise, where you were thinking, do you know, I'm gonna knock it on the head?
Well,
because you played a long time, and like even now, you obviously keep yourself fit. Like when did you think I'm going to knock this?
I actually thought I knocked it on the head when I was with Chepstow when I was 38, 39, and then I can't remember what. Yeah, I had a stroke. I don't know if you remember. I had a stroke, and then I said, sorry boys, in a group chat. After a couple of months being like couldn't leave the house or anything, I sent a message on the Chepstow group chat saying, lads, I'm knocking football on the head. 6 months recovery, went into the year, and then I don't know, I'm in my 40s now, and then Adam Greenslade, the buzzer at the Alps with Andy, brother-in-law, said, fancy come down the Alps helping us out. I go, oh, kids. Yeah. Whitey was there though, Nathan White. Yeah. I thought, I'm living in Cardiff now. I was living in Canton. Oh, fuck, it's only like a walk, innit? Yeah. And I grew up with Adam, school. I went down and helped him. And I think we did we play Did we play against? When I was with the Alps, did I play against? Were you with anyone?
No, I can remember.
No,
because we would have been Milan Rooney.
We played one of the top sides. Who were the top sides then? Was STM still around? No, it wouldn't have been STM. It was a Cardiff side. I can't think who it was. But the Alps we were like kids. And I stayed for the year. And then Vets football come on the scene. So, but I think he told me the other day in the gym. He said you were, I don't know how. I must have been 43.
Wow.
So playing amateur league with centre half, kids, and Whitey was up front.
Whitey's still in, isn't he?
And Whitey's gone back there now. And
is he?
Yeah.
His brother's.
Yeah,
Niall.
Niall's here. Nathan's back at Grange.
Nathan's back at Grange. Yeah. I saw. No, I don't know where Niall.
Well, is he? Poacher,
oh, is he? He's up here, is he?
Nathan's a poacher.
Yeah.
Wow, what a goal scorer.
So I was talking about him to someone else a couple of days, not long ago. Rapid.
Oh, mate. You catch him on his day. All the best.
Yeah. And he played for clubs, didn't he? Played Ponty, didn't he go Avonlido?
He played for Carmarthen under Jonah.
Yeah.
When you could have dual clubs.
You would go do the two,
He played for Carmarthen, didn't he?
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Well, you only about 17.
Yeah, and he was quality, Nathan. He looked, actually, when I saw him down at City a couple of weeks back, he looked like in shape.
Is he?
Yeah, because he carried a bit, didn't he? I think he was working nights for someone. But yeah, he said to me, the first he said, I've gone back there, help him out like you did. He said, they need an old head just to talk to the kids. And I said, well, what are they like? And he said, no, we're all right, actually. We're not too bad.
Need an old head to talk to the kids. The lad that refused to warm up with his own teammates.
Oh, why'd he do his own thing?
He's obviously matured.
He's obviously matured. Because I used to look at him and think, you're a wicked player, but you do my head in. Off like not warming up and all that. And
oh yeah,
no,
he do
I'm
his own
just going to
thing.
do my own thing. Oh,
he didn't care though, did he? Another one, because he could score goals, gifted.
Honest, like a natural goal scorer. Like
that's what I mean. You think of the strikers are out there years ago, like Whitey, and I know Dean mentioned that I played with him, Colvin, a ton.
Oh yeah,
Chris Colvin.
He's still playing now. Pendannon.
There was so many, and then Summers one far back from them. There was some class strikers back out in the day.
Mate, you look at that though, right? So obviously, talking about you play centre half, and you played up front. Who's the hardest player you think you've played? And because you've played in two positions, you've got two sides of this, isn't it? Who's the best player you've played against when you've been in defence? And who's the hardest defender you've played against when you've been up front? And it might not be someone who you go, oh, it's a big name.
Yeah.
Someone who, because it's come up quite often.
There was two guys. We mentioned the one. Yeah, we mentioned the one earlier, and there was two guys here, and it was Mike Jones. Played when I was up front.
Yeah.
I was good in the air. I just didn't have anything against him. And
did you ever play against Buster?
Yeah.
We talked about it all the time.
I had a bit of joy with Buster.
Okay.
One year Goitra.
Yeah.
I had joy against him. When I was a kid, I was quick.
Yeah.
Get around him. But I always thought Mike Jones, and there was a guy years ago, remember Pontypridd?
Yeah. Fields Park,
Pontypridd. There was a guy centre half for them. He was 6'2", 6'3". Don't know him. I bumped into him one night in Cardiff. Lovely guy. Unbelievable. He was just good on the ball, in the air. One of the best defenders. Him and Mikey Jones were probably Welsh League, probably the best I'd ever. When I was a striker.
People sometimes go on about like, oh, play such as your name, but actually people go, oh, it's that player, you might not have heard of him, but like used to get the better of you all the time, or you turn up thinking, fucking hell, I'm playing against him today. Yeah. And you knew you were going to be in for a battle.
Said that, like come up against loads.
What type of forwards did you used to struggle with?
Oh, quick ones. Small who can twist his hair, like Whitey, for instance, when he came up Triaris to one game, he stayed out on you mentioned the pitches like that. Yeah. But he stayed out there and he was trying to get me to go out there. Yeah. But once I went out there, he'd do me. Yeah. So I tried to stay the edge of the box and just stay there, let him come into me. But he had great feet, didn't he, Whitey, and he was quick.
Absolutely.
I loved the battles against the guys who were bigger than me. That was, just because I felt I was good in the air.
I remember having a debate about it with Gagsy Davis that we signed from My State Park when we were at Crossy. And he used to always be like, oh, I'd much rather play against Jody Jenkins than
Oh, he was a good boy, wasn't he, Jody?
Or something like that. Because you'd be like, well, Jody doesn't play up against you, does he? And I'd just be thinking,
He dropped, didn't he, Jody? Did he drop Jody?
To be honest,
just do that all the time.
Jody would just appear, like, unbelievable, this reading of the game. He would just appear in the box with no one on him, and he'd have the ability as well to chip the keeper from 40 yards. A centre back would not have a physical battle with Jody.
No.
Just shrug him off.
But he'd look where the space is for 5 minutes, and then he'll appear in the pocket.
Yeah.
The year we finished 6th in the second division, and we won the cup, and he scored 38 goals. So that's not even a team that's winning every week. We finished 6th.
Mate, but we played games though when we were by. Yeah, Ryan Fahey up front, then Ryan did all his running, and he got battered, didn't he, Fahey, for it? But you play games like, remember Newport YMCA away?
He used to have Newport YMCA on toast. It was almost like he used to look forward to it every year.
It's that local, isn't it? Local derby.
But as good a side as they were back then, they just couldn't cope with him. And he used to almost walk on the pitch and think, I own you fuckers.
Yeah.
Do you remember that game?
How old is he? Has he been my age?
Jody...
Was he younger?
No.
No, do you know? No, I think
Mid-40s.
when I went across Cayley as manager, I was 30. Jody was older than me, so Jody's probably a year older than you.
Yeah, mate, what a player. We played the same.
I did play against him for Aberaman, and I think we beat them, and he played. I think we won 4-1. But like, yeah, he had something about him, didn't he?
What we had with Crossley, we played 3-5-2, is if we kept it tight and it was 0-0, he'll have one chance.
Yeah,
he'll score.
He'll score.
We did it against Newport YMCA, didn't we? Literally, he played against Wesson. It was 0-0. Hadn't been in the game at all, and literally in the last minute, ball's got knocked down, and he's just gone bang straight over Wesson's head, and we won the game 1-0.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but you preferred a battle with an Anabar or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though you'll come out of it.
Some of them would be stronger or taller than me, but it's
yeah.
It's just I loved an aerial battle.
The forwards I used to worry about weren't the Nanas, and that's not because I didn't rate him. It was when you're playing against Nana, I think it's your wingers that are going to score the goals, because Nana's going to occupy two centre backs. Jonah always said that about Nana. He occupies two centre halves.
Nana was like he's mobile back then.
The wingers that play off him and the number 10s will be the ones that score the big goal numbers. But the ones I always used to worry about in one-off games would be Jody Jenkins, Richard Ryan, people like that, that you'd almost forget they were on the pitch. And then all of a sudden the ball appears in the box and there they are.
Yeah, they were clever.
Do you remember that game with Porth? Was he with Britton Ferry? Richie?
Oh yeah, he was coming to the end.
Where we were saying to the defenders, you can't give him an inch. You can't let him face goal. You can't let him do it. Can't let him do it. Runs out on the channel, literally, just over his shoulder, straight over the keeper's head.
Yeah, it's lobbed from about 30 yards on the
Richie's only, like, he played First Division, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I probably didn't play. I might have played against Richie Ryan maybe once, maybe when I was with the Rangers, because that was one thing I sort of regretted, that I didn't stay in the First Division long enough. I dropped and always seemed to play for like teams that wanted to go up and did go up, but I never stayed in that First Division.
Why was that then?
Just because
you went chasing the fucking money, didn't you?
That's why.
You went chasing the money, be honest.
Mate, right, so I'm saying there about hardest players.
Because you definitely could have played a good 9-10 years in the First Division.
I don't know if I
don't think you played until you were 38. You could have had a good 9-10 years.
I had that one year with the Rangers, and I was before Brintillion, so I was 25 or 25. And I scored. I never, don't forget, because that's in your head, isn't it? 19 goals.
I agree.
I scored 19 goals, and then I dropped it all the way to the Third Division.
Yeah.
With Phil Clay at Brintillion.
Yeah.
But I think it was the best thing I ever done. I personally needed to go and play somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy making new friends.
Yeah.
So everyone now in the Welsh League,
100%. Yeah.
But I do have a little regret that I think Ely Rangers might have stayed there for one more year, and then I think then he went on a spiral, then down.
Why did you leave Ely? We haven't touched that before we wrap up. Like, why did you leave Ely? Because you've spoken so highly about the club, the players, the community,
and
all
some
that.
stayed there for years after me.
What made you?
When I had that phone call, I was roofing at the time, and I had a phone call off the chairman, And he spoke very highly of me. He said, I watched you and all that. And I was like, he said, I'm going to get the manager to phone you, Phil Clay. Didn't even hear it. Didn't know who he was either. Yeah. He phoned me, had a great conversation with him. He said, I'm going to pick you up, come to a training session. And when I went to that training session, I met the lads and they make you feel welcome. And then, it was no talk of money then. There was no like, on the phone, I'm going to offer you this. He just said, look, come, we'll talk about the money later. I felt wanted. Yeah. And I thought, fucking hell, I got a club. I have that feeling, a club wants you. Yeah. I know I was dropping down the leagues. Like I had offers, I won't say I had offers. When I was with Ely Rangers, we used to play against Pontypridd Town quite regular. Yeah. And I don't know who the lad was. He was one of the main boys at Pontypridd Town. And he used to, Geezer was up there as well, around there as well. But there was a guy there who used to say to me, come up here, you'll get 60 quid. And I stayed with the Rangers. We went up and I just, wasn't interested. But I don't know what it was with Brinsian. When Emily phoned me, and then I met Phil Clay, went to the training, players made me feel, I was like, okay, now I feel important, And I signed for, it was 30 quid. But it was the best. I scored 35 goals that year. Yeah. Got promoted, we had nights out, we had tour. Yeah. Cleo was just amazing.
You enjoyed it though?
And I loved it, loved every minute of it. The club was great. When you play for a club that got the facilities as well, that clubhouse, that's true. You go straight to the change rooms, you've got nice change rooms, you've got a clubhouse there, you can have a drink. I used to stay there and have a couple of beers. It was great. And I tell you who was up there at the time. Do you know Rob Cronick?
Yeah.
Goalkeeper, now he works on a City.
That's it. So
Rob Cronick was there and I used to go up with him games. So it was perfect.
Interesting, isn't it? Because that worked out for you by the sound of it, but a lot of people that just doesn't. And we asked Kevin Davis about it, didn't we? Because Kevin Davis, fuck me, you think you got a lot of tracksuits? You got it times 3.
I come across Kevin at
we were having a little pop of Simon Prangley earlier on. Kevin's got twice as many transfers as Simon. Let me tell you, right? And we said to him why did you move so many times? And obviously Kevin's had a lot of issues to deal with that he talks very openly about now. And it was that attention of being approached and being wanted by someone, and the attention of welcome to the club, Kevin, and all that, you know what I mean? Bit different today with Twitter and that.
I was going to say, it's completely different now.
Be lucky if you've been in the football echo back then, isn't it?
Remember it's right now, the
fucking football echo. I have people watching who don't even know what a football echo is.
No, it'd be like a little bit in the echo at the end, or just, what was the paper on a Sunday? The sport one. And it would be in the middle then, it would be all the Welsh League.
The Western, but it would only show the scores.
But it would only show the scores. They might occasionally have a little write-up. And if you had a mention, you're like, fuck, my name's had a mention.
You look at it now, with the
app. The app. It's ridiculous.
My boy does it now. He looks at all his stats. He kicks off if he's done an assist, and the guy doing the admin doesn't put him on. Oh, fucking hell, I want to have a goal involvement. Yeah. Now, it's not just how many goals he scores, it's goal involvement.
See, stuff like that, but I think it should still be legal to beat your child.
Yeah. he scores a lot of goals. He scores a lot of goals, though, to be fair to him. So
he's doing all right.
It's
I tell you what. Here's the man to teach him how to hold it up.
No, actually, I won my game.
No, but you could now with your experience. You've played up front. You've played at the back.
It wasn't actually my game holding up when I was a striker. It was more channels.
I bet you could now.
Because you play centre half.
Because you
understand. If you played against kids now, you'd love it. Because you'd be pinning people and bullying people.
Yeah, I was asked a couple of times to get involved with clubs and the kids, but I don't know. I don't know. Just
why not the coaching then?
I don't know. Never.
Because if you say yes to something, there must be a reason. If you say no to something, there must be a reason. What's the reason you don't?
It's commitment, isn't it? I think it's proper commitment. I'm into my training, but I didn't like training, if you know what I mean. Like a Wednesday night, pissing down.
Yeah, you had to do it because
you had to go because otherwise you didn't go. You're not playing on a Saturday or whatever. To go then into coaching and then doing kids or whatever, and you've got to train on a Tuesday night.
I'd rather be in the house.
I'd rather be in the house, having a bottle.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
you know, football on the TV.
Yeah.
And then having kids, you know,
So
parents on the side. I don't know how
That's
you do
the
it.
hardest
I
thing.
don't know how you do it.
That's
I don't know
the
how you
hardest
do it.
thing.
Parents probably
there's one referee, right?
talking about you.
You turn up on a Saturday and there's no referee, and now you've got a ref as well.
Yeah.
I done that once this year. First game of the season. I hated it.
Do you know what I'm going to do? Because this is our last episode of the first series, right? So at some point during the break, I'm going to go to one of his games. I'm going to mic him up, and I'm going to video him on one camera.
Fucking horrendous.
And I'm going to video the other.
I mean, the stands and said the same.
No, not refereeing.
Coaching.
All right.
Horrendous.
And I'm going to video the game.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a little documentary about the game. So I'll pick the game.
Yeah.
Mate,
To be one where his head's not going to explode.
funny thing with that, right? So, just
You
saying
really
about,
what parents say on
just
the
saying
side.
about how bad
It's brutal.
seeing how bad I am on the sideline. One of the boys who works with me, Nick Lloyd, his boy plays for Rumney, who are in our league. And Nick, even if his boy Rory's with his mum, Nick will still come and watch the games. He's recorded me and has a laugh telling everyone in work, because he's one of our directors. And how bad he's gone, Rod, your heart rate must go through the roof. I am
did it once.
like
So you never
Zebedee.
got involved with the kids then?
I did a...
Yeah, he
What
did
was
years
it?
ago. Coaching.
Coach.
Say the word coaching, Jake, for fuck's sake.
No, but that's all I hear with him, with the kids.
I started,
You didn't...
so my journey with football coaching was started with an under 15s team helping John Lawrence. I don't think you would have come across him. Great guy. And then I coached with him for a season, and I went and took over an under 14s team, which I did for 3 years with Marlborough Sports. Then did youth.
Marlborough Sports.
Yeah, youth league for 3 years with Taswell. And then that's when I got into senior coaching at Dennis Powis as the assistant manager with Nicky Tucker then. So then it was always senior football. But then after many years, so when I was manager at Porth, Llanwern and Porth, I ran my boys, my youngest team from under 8s. Oh my God, it nearly broke me. Honestly, that every week turning up on a Tuesday night thinking I do
It's not even that though. It's the hardest thing. Like, and I have reference to it.
And again, it's all the time you must take the fault. You know, you're in a group chat with probably the kids, the parents, or whatever.
The parents, yeah.
Yeah,
Like me,
it's a massive commitment.
Other coaches say to me all the time, and even Stitz says it to me, Lanram, you're in our league. If I haven't got a game, I'll go and watch another game in our league. So I know how those players play. I know where their set pieces are. I know how
busy as fuck.
people go.
Yeah.
Go, you are a busy fucker. I'm like, yeah, but I just want to know. I want to know who's got a good player, who's got good strikers. But the hardest thing is the parents, and not necessarily people on the sideline. I don't pay any attention really during the game. It's the ones who'll go, oh, my boy had 5 minutes today. You know, what's he got to do to improve? And you're like, what? You know, all the players you spoke to at the start of the season, do you want to win the league or do you want to be fair? Want to win the league? The hard thing we have is that, like, most of my team are all from King Coyd and stuff, is that they'll go, right, can I have your holiday dates for the next 6 weeks? Have it all through. Half term just gone now. I start the week with a squad of 16. I'm down to 13 by Thursday because 3 of them have decided they're going to have a last-minute breakaway. And I'm just like, oh, my fucking God.
Good to have a city break.
And
no fucking city breaks in Llanrumney, mate.
That's the type of thing that just does your head in, because you come up with a way you're going to play against someone, and then you're thinking, I can't play that formation because I haven't got the players to play.
Yeah.
So that's what's hard with it.
I can do it. That's commitment, isn't it? Like what he's.
And like we came down here.
Senior football? Because if you said you wanted to do some senior coaching, you'd get offers to do it.
I had those little spells of helping out on the side of Trialis and Chepstow, and then obviously I went back then and playing, and then the Albs asked me, Adam asked me, or you know, with Andy coming, I wasn't interested.
Mate, do like what Arsenal do, be like a set piece specialist.
Have you seen I'm telling you now, right? If set piece coach, that'll suit me down to the ground, absolutely down to the ground, no problem at all. If anyone out there is looking for a set piece coach, right? I'm your man.
Have you seen the
I'm still going to turn up in midweek then.
But you only got to turn up for the last 15 minutes of training every week.
Have you seen Cardiff City going, haven't they? Have you seen Cardiff City's one?
No.
Yeah, they got a set. So quite often when I've gone, I've sat behind the dugout, and there's one big tall guy. Every time defence or attacking set piece, he's on the edge. He's like looking at players, and he's fucking like genuinely. They got a set piece specialist.
It's everything now. I know. It's everything now. Everything.
Do you know, the worst thing about those set piece coaches though are when there's a corner and they stand up and come and stand at the corner.
That's what I mean. That's the Cardiff City guy, does it?
But every time there's the guy at Villa, the guy at Arsenal, and then they score and they're all like heaping praise on the set piece coach. It's like, well, what about the guy that crossed it in and headed it? Are they like congratulating the fucking strikers coach? Grow up, like.
I think that. I think even
pathetic.
like Welsh League now is
It'll
like.
happen.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now, there will be.
In Welsh League,
I could probably predict which club will be it, but I won't say it. They will be welcome to blah blah blah. Our new set piece coach. It's coming. I'm telling you now. We've got pre and post match interviews now on social media.
Yeah.
We got highlights. We've got in the changing room documentaries. I'm telling you, there's a set piece coach coming. I'm your man. I'm not that expensive.
But you see it all over Twitter now, don't you? Sorry, like, because I follow a lot of the Welsh League clubs and they're training, and I've seen Kyra, they go to the gym and they, you know, and it's more involved.
They got the GPS vest.
Yeah, like it is completely changed.
They still got lads that are in the pub 3 nights a week, but the GPS vests telling them how many entries into the box during the game, how many high intensity sprints did they do.
Saying that with that.
It's ridiculous.
Juicy saying that with a vest. Have you ever seen? Because I know you watch it. The Steve Claridge's Under the Cosh.
Yes.
Have you ever seen that? What he says about Steve Claridge.
I know Steve Claridge, but I haven't seen.
So, so he's talking about the thing with the GPS. Yeah. He put it on his dog.
Yeah, no, it wasn't him. Who was it?
It was someone. He was Marshall. Ian Marshall.
Ian Marshall.
They used to play for Leicester.
Remember the old heart rate?
Yeah.
I know you still get him, like, but the heart rate, that was state of the art, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they gave a heart rate monitor to prove that you're doing a bit, like, I think it was during pre-season.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Or like pre-season.
They called him in.
So they called him in. They were like, listen, you're not training today. You need to go see the doctor and all of that. And he's like, why? He's like, your heart rate is like unbelievable. He put it on his dog, because he obviously put it on his dog and
the dog's just fucking running inside the ball.
But of course, the dog's getting like 240 beats a minute. Like,
Marshall, you should be dead.
So 220 is the maximum heart rate. You managed 240. How are you not dead? Like,
it took him a while though. He did admit to it afterwards.
Yeah,
didn't
he did. Well, he had to, because they were going to take him to hospital. So he had to say, like,
that's ridiculous.
Whoa, I put it on my
ridiculous.
dog. Yeah.
It's funny though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Tell me, who was? I'd be gutted if I didn't ask you the question. But the managers you played for, like, were there any managers, firstly, that you played for in terms of training, where you'd be thinking, oh God, training again? Like, in terms of, because you said John Bolton got you very fit.
Yeah.
But were there any others? Because you played for a real nice mix of types of manager there. So the reason I always ask that of people is, I remember Gazer and Dale Gardner telling me about when they used to play for Mystake Park, and they used to be driving up there, almost crying.
They didn't want to train
Tuesday and Thursday, because Di Rees would have them doing, for like the first 15 minutes of training, like box to box, box to box, box to box. 15 minutes. They were just the fittest team in the league.
I didn't mind that. So when I had Johnny, when I went to Bryn Cillian, and Cleo was the same then, before Cleo went on later on, and a couple of years later, and he done all his badges, and then he got all the cones then and stuff like that.
Oh, come on, Phil, you're better than that.
You know, Phil was just, I liked Phil as just being that fucking fitness freak, motivator and stuff.
Okay.
Then can't really remember much of Alan Davis, Ryan Nichols, Ryan Birthing, but the one I didn't enjoy the training. Like, when I say didn't enjoy the training, it was just because it was too tactical, and it was a drop. It was Treforest with Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
He would get the cones out, he would do this, and there's lads, they're just looking at each other going, I'm going to fucking Scooby.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you, even though I was playing Welsh League, I only dropped, to the amateur league, even I was like, do we really need to be doing this?
Yeah.
And I just found it a bit, I'd rather be made to run.
Yeah.
You know, then get the ball out and do stuff. But
do you know, I had an amazing experience the other night, right? It's ironic because we got stuffed on Saturday. But turned up and a new training ground this year. Much bigger training area than we had last year. So, fuck knows. I don't know.
Not Pencoed.
No. It's near. I can't. Who knows? It's in a housing estate somewhere in Bridgend. And anyway, we're like quite a big area, and I thought, oh, this is better. You can do a bit with this now. And I said, right, we're going to just 5 minutes, lads. Start, play, one touch, finish, just play. Right, just thinking, start them off, get them into it, and then we'll break it down a little bit. And I had all this session in my pocket, and I'm watching them, and they were exactly how you would want them to play on a Saturday. All the things that we say as messages to them, they were doing, both teams, against each other. And I let it go, and let it go, let it go, let it go. We ended up playing just an hour. They just had a game for an hour. Because all the things that you would have been trying to get into them with drills and conditions, they did. I was like, that's the first time that's ever happened to me. We are on this. Half hour in Saturday, we're fucking 3-0 down or 3-1 down.
Didn't do anything.
But then again, we see, lads, what the fuck are you doing? You trained so well, one that like the second half gone out, just bossed the game for 45 minutes, conceded 96th minute where we had 2 at the back or whatever, which pushing on. But like, I just generally nowadays, if I had a team where I had an hour and a half twice a week, then I'd go a little bit more in depth. But for us, it tends to be more just general repetition of the main points.
Basics, yeah.
So, you know, 3 or 4 passes, then there's got to be a longer pass. There's got to be a ball behind. There's got to be a run behind. If the ball's wide, you either got to cross it or you've got to set it back for someone else to cross it. Just general basic principles like that. Whereas I think if you would go any more technical than that,
it's too much. You're only training once.
There's a reason players are playing for Treforest, Llanrymney, Pencoed and all that. And sometimes some of them could play higher, but there's a reason they're playing for clubs like that and they're not playing for Cardiff City. And part of that is not their first touch or their fitness or their ability. Part of that is that they can't process tactical information. And that's the problem with it, I think, sometimes.
It's gone now. I mean, gone on further. I mean, Welsh Prem, I mean, it's like really like different level now, and even the first division now, like you just mentioned, coaches and the cones come out and all that. Like all Welsh League back then, it was just about being fit and you had quality players. I did, but I remember playing. You know when you used to play the Welsh Premier clubs in the Welsh Cup and stuff. Yeah. So played them a lot of Welsh Premier clubs when I was with Ely Rangers. Played against Carmarthen a couple of times. Played against Newtown. I had one game for Ryder under Gary Proctor, and it was away to Newtown. That was my only game that I played, like, as in they were in the Welsh Premier at the time. Ryder. It was a cup. You know when you could play the duel. You know when you could play the duel. It was one game. Yeah.
I know you were accused of loving a tracksuit, but that's taking a.
No, that was just
one game.
No, it was just a duel. It was basically.
I know you mean.
I was with Ely Rangers.
Yeah, you used to be allowed to be signed for one, but have a second.
So Nathan Cottrell was one of my good mates. He was up there, and they had a striker.
Did they give you a tracksuit?
No, I didn't have a tracksuit.
I got a question.
I did have a couple of quid, but it was one trip up to Newtown. But what I was trying to come to is like back even the Welsh Premier, playing in cup competitions against them, or that night that I played for Ryder against Newtown, diags. That's all they done back then. Centre half, have it, bang, hit the corners. Yeah. That's all they did. Yeah. And I thought when I jumped up into our league, it was going to be football. It was a bit quicker, but that's all the centre half's done. They wanted it diags.
Yeah. But why would it be all football?
Just because when you step up a different level and they're training more, you would think they're like going to be a different.
But if they were capable, I mean, nowadays
it's a different level. You've got players.
We're recording this the day after Martinez for Aston Villa has just passed it straight to the most lethal forward in European football to pass it into an empty net. But like they're only, like, even if they're good Welsh Premier teams, they're only Conference South level players generally. So, but it's still it's not ticky-tacker, is it?
No, but it's still a jump in it from.
Well, if you think of it, look at that game we had, and we've referenced it a few times when we were across the Ceiliog, right? We were in the Gwent Cup, wasn't it? We went to Newport Stadium and we played against Newport County. right, when Anthony Hudson was in charge. Hudson came out and apologised to us that he had to play his entire first team because the chairman had told him if you don't get a performance, you're sacked, right? They had 2 centre midfielders who were former pros. They were good standard players, right?
Full-timers.
All they were doing, they played into the 2 centre midfielders, on the half turn, clip round the corner, clip round the corner, clip round the corner. So all they were doing, into the midfield, bang round the corner. And our full-backs, because we play wing-backs, couldn't deal with it.
You know what you say now about the First Division, or what is now Cymru South and Cymru North? Not that we know much about the Northern Division, do we?
No.
But I've seen those teams over the last few years. Not obviously not as often as I'd like, but there's a lot of Friday football and stuff. I still think the Goitre United team, the Tom Pentra team that won
back then would beat them.
The Goitre United team that won 4 or 5 league titles, or Richard would correct us, it might be 5 or 6. And the Cambrian team that won the Welsh League. I still think they
beat.
I think they'd be
most
up there
of them
now.
teams. Yeah,
they'd be up there now. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't watch much of Scario. Occasionally it's on in there on a Saturday night. You'll get a game, and I have a little. I have a
Friday football now.
Yeah, I have a little 10 minutes watching it, and it's like, but it don't look.
I do like the look of Cambrian this year.
Yeah, they are good.
Look real strong.
They are good,
like strong with goals in them.
They beat Drax the other day, didn't they?
Yeah.
Talking of the Welsh Prem, do you see what I sent you?
Liam Williams is mate.
Fucking hell.
By the time this goes out, this will be so out
Jesus.
of date. He's had another beauty of a red card yesterday.
That Gwyn Markham Jones, the referee in the Welsh Prem. Bryn Markham Jones. Mate, honestly, he's the guy, right?
Who was it? It was a Barry Town were playing against him yesterday.
You'll know the referee when you see him, right? He's the one who has a howler every single time he does it. Like, he's had another red card. He gives red card, and you could see the players going, "What's that for?" And he's like, "It's every other week." But what we're doing,
Willow loves it.
Willow loves it.
Willow's all over him on Twitter. Always like.
As soon as I send it now, like a couple of our mates will send it to Willow straight away. I saw it yesterday and posted it straight away and just tagged him in on it. He replied back to me, but just the start. You know, like you go, "Oh, mate, you're not here to watch you."
Yeah.
So back to that question about training. Anyone that if you used to like the fitness, your perspective would be
I
different.
didn't mind any of that. That was one thing I didn't mind.
Interesting. That might be part of the reason you're probably right not to get involved in coaching now. Because you put on a... So how long was I manager of Lanrimney? 4 years, 4.5 years? Something like that.
Yeah.
And I only put on a fitness session once. Right? And I could hear him talking as we left the pitch.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, that was a bit harsh or whatever else. I was a wanker. I was an arsehole, right? And that was so unnecessary. We hadn't played for about 3-4 weeks, so I thought, listen, they need a blowout.
Right? A blowout, yeah.
Wow, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, lucky you never played for Guy Reese or Mark Evans or something
and they
like that.
And they would rather all
run you, right?
They just rather all like cones and ball, like...
Yeah, all like sort of,
yeah, see, players do now, don't they? Players do, don't they? They love all that. Like,
the thing is, I'm not against that, and I think that's maybe why the Welsh League and the Welsh Prem teams now, they are able to become so technical and tactical and work on things, is because the players at that level will keep themselves fit. Whereas the lower down the leagues you go, like, you actually have to do some fitness, because it might be the only aerobic work any of them do that week. Like, Powers, who manages Pencoed now, he's like, so many footballers from that area, they're all in the gym, giving it all out, lifting weights and everything. He's just thinking, like, they could do with more aerobic fitness, some of these guys, like, you know, but it just seems to be sort of frowned upon as being a bit of a dinosaur now if you give them a blow, like.
Blow, yeah. It's just all tactical, isn't it? And
but you've got to just disguise it.
Yeah.
Like, play a possession game on a pitch that's about a third too big.
Yeah,
so they have to cover
areas and stuff, yeah, no.
Crazy, mate. Crazy. Well, didn't let us down, Rod, did he?
I got one more thing that I've had that I've been asked to ask you, and it's from someone anonymously off Facebook.
Well, we've managed to ask you all the Twitter questions without having to.
I was going to say, I would like to know the people who've asked these.
The anonymous.
We don't share.
I got some very good friends, though, so they got to be.
They've all been very sensible questions on Twitter, though, for you. I don't know whether that's because we're old bastards now, so all your mates are old and sensible. Yeah. They were all quite sensible. I was expecting some people to throw some real
I'm shocked there was no one
boomerangs out.
There's normally 3 or 4 you look at and go, I can't ask that.
Yeah.
But the one who was asked was, he says, not to reference more clubs than Tiger Woods, but I asked Jago, who's got more tracksuits, Jago or Mike Ashley from Sports Direct?
I want to know that.
It's an anonymous one. Honestly, it came through. I thought that is fucking world class.
I got a nicer one.
To be fair, I haven't got many tracksuits in the house now.
I got a nicer one.
They're too baggy.
What was your favourite tracksuit?
Chepstow's.
Why is that?
Because it was tight fit.
Fucking loves it, doesn't he?
It was like the muscle fit.
Fucking hate
it. I was bloody playing years ago. It was all shitty.
Do you remember the photo shoot at Chepstow? I've just had a flashback when you all had professional photo shoots.
Yeah, I remember. I had hair.
You bunch of dickheads.
Didn't we go there and beat them? I can't remember what club.
Yeah.
Was that with Lamworth?
Yeah.
It was a yellow kit, wasn't it?
Because you had
no, there was the blue and white, but it was yellow. It was the yellow as well.
Remember, you had Tom Barry signed for you.
Yeah, Tom Barry, nice lad. He's in Australia, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right, top lad. And he played for us at Lamworth.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then we went to
good midfielder.
And we tried to sign him, and he was like, nah, you're not going to be good enough. And he virtually said that, and then he signed for Chepstow, and we come down your place and beat you on 4-1.
Yeah. That's when where did they play? Darren Hewish signed to you, didn't he? Because you remember, Hewish, did he play centre midfield, or he played the one position? And I spoke to him after the game, and I said to him, he went, mate, I couldn't have played there. I don't know wherever they played him on the pitch.
Hewish, I can't
Used to be Bridgend Street.
He was a good player, Darren.
Very good player.
I probably do remember.
Yeah, good guy, Darren.
Chepstow was a bit
it was funny though.
Door at times, wasn't
it? It was that year. Look, it was Gary. It was Gary. I like Gary Proctor, but he was, like you said, bringing in players just. And it
names.
Just, you could never, names. Yeah. And we wouldn't gel. Yeah. We wouldn't gel as a side. You had some really good players.
Yeah.
And we were getting beat. And I was thinking to myself, I felt like I was out of place. I thought the players were better, way better than me. But there you are. I've got to give him a mention. Ian Turner.
Yeah. Oh, but he's a baller back in the day.
Turner was the general. He's the general. He's the main.
Mate.
So me and him were the only two who stayed when they all left.
Yeah.
Me and Turner stayed.
Yeah.
And we finished third the one year with Dave Livermore and Mogsy. Do you know Mogsy?
Yeah.
So Mogsy come in, and there was one thing he said. I'll never forget. Boys phoned me. He said, Jake, you ain't getting kept on. What do you mean ain't getting kept on? Mogsy's come in from Newport. He said, I'm not having no fucking Cardiff fuckers up here. No Cardiff fuckers. They can fuck. He called all them and said. Anyway, I drove up there the week later, training. Yeah. We could become instant, like...
Did he not realise you were from Cardiff?
He knew. He knew. I had a good relationship with Dave Livermore, and obviously Turner, he knew Turner from Newport days, because he'd done a bit of coaching in Newport.
He probably meant, I'm not having anyone from Cardiff just driving up here for the money.
But
just not putting it in.
But he met me then. Me and I've had nights out with him. We're good friends, and then we had a good side there, and I don't know if you remember the players, and some of them went over the bridge to play. Badger, Wakely, there was some really good players, but we finished third that year, and I was the only year, for some reason, in the Welsh League, they only promoted 2 teams. It used to be 3 go up, and for some reason, we finished third.
Probably another restructure, mate, or something.
I think it was, from the lower leagues and stuff, and we didn't go up, but it was the best team that they were able to put together that time.
Ian Turner. And the crosser, wasn't he?
Great player.
Yeah.
His
You
crossing.
used to give him stick as well on the side, didn't you? I'm sure you did too.
Well, I had to do something to try and fucking disrupt him because I knew you give him half a yard, his crossing's unbelievable.
I still keep in touch with Ian, and he was like, he played for Goitra, didn't he? He played the top level.
I thought in that Goitra team, I thought he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we have a bit of banter, me and him, because he's had a few clubs, and he's always says, I got more appearances than you, and but he's a nice guy.
Does he get his medals out with you as well?
No, he has got it, but I have gone up to his house, he gets the guitar out.
Do you know what with Turner, right? He was. I thought he was one of the best players in the Welsh League when he was playing for Goitra, right? And always remember he played for Risca then.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And
his local club.
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah. And it was. We had Gareth Delve playing for us at
Delvey, yeah.
Wizard, absolute wizard.
Big, isn't he, Delvey?
Big, honestly, what a
Wicked
player.
foot.
What a player. And Risca were right up there with us for promotion, and they played him right back against Delvey, and Turns now was well into his 30s, and Delvey twisted him inside out for 90 minutes. I actually felt sorry for him that day, and I thought, for a great player like that, to be mismatched in that way, it was one of the few things Paul Michael, when he was manager at Risca, ever did that I thought, you've got that wrong. Because I thought he was so sharp tactically to put that lad against probably the fastest player in the division at the time, who could also glide and go past you, drop shoulders and all that. It embarrassed a great player.
It's mad though, because he is good Turner. He was still.
But he never got on the ball that day because he spent all day chasing Dalvey down the wing. Do you know what I mean? Because he could cross with both feet.
Yeah.
That was the mad thing about him. There's loads of players that can deliver really well with one foot.
Yeah.
He could do it with both. So he could fake to do it with one, cut back inside and whip it in with the other one. Like.
He's well like guy as well, and
Brilliant
Turner. He's like.
I've never known anyone who don't like him.
I'd say a bad word about him.
Anyone.
He's one of the nicest guys you'll probably come across Welsh League football. Back then, shall I say?
Great player, mate. Great player. Well, you haven't let us down, Rod.
No, should we go for Chinese now?
You paid?
I know he ain't paying. Appreciate it, though, mate. So, what an end to the series.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for. We had a couple of mismatches, but it feels right that we've ended with you. Actually,
Really?
we're going to have 3 months off now.
God.
Yeah,
Fucking right.
3 months off. So at the time we're recording this, so this episode's going to be going out now, Christmas week.
Christmas week?
So
here's a Christmas present for everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great Christmas, and we'll see you sometime, probably February, maybe.
26.
It might be March. We're not going to lie. All the best.
I don't wanna lose you because I can't seem to live without you on my mind. Oh, and I don't wanna lose you in this life. And I don't wanna lose you because I can't live without my battery. Yeah, you're my